Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Yo, Special K, what up, buddy? How we doing? I'm here, mother muchachos. What up, Goof? Good to see you, brother. Just as sick, bruh. Man, you and me both, bro. I got to get through this sports show, man. Jordan, Rams, Vikings moved to Arizona. I know, that's brutal, dude. I got the game on up here, guys. We start the show in about 15 minutes. In 30 minutes, Aaron Schatz is joining us. He's a DVOA guy. That'll be cool. And then we'll look into all the games this weekend. That is pretty cool, dude. I love when you find those little nuggets, bro. Yeah, what up, Cam? David, good to see you over there on YouTube, buddy. A professional, you say? Hot Rod, thank you for the 16 months, bud. Appreciate you, dude. Murky Murk, have a safe flight, brother. Hope you're feeling good, man. I feel like everyone's sick. It's going to be a good sports show tonight. Brought to you by DraftKings. That's right, Void. I don't do the sports show on TikTok, buddy. How about a safety here for Notre Dame? Yep, it's on right now. Queen Bee, thank you for the 64 months. Just like old times, you're a legend. Hope all's well with you. Glass blower. What up, Padre? Good to see you, dude. Smoking Pigs is my dad, ladies and gentlemen. Papa Blevins in the house. Man, that Notre Dame defense is stout. They lose a yard on the run. Sounds good, Murky Murk. Be safe, buddy. Be safe. Works for University of Toledo, creating and repairing glassware for the science department. Dude, that's crazy. What up, Papa Blevins? You have some fabulous genetics. Let's go, dude. What's the animal behind you, bro? This is a water bear, dude. Bob the bearded water bear. They're microscopic creatures that live on you and eat off human flesh. They can survive in space, the Arctic, and nuclear warfare, otherwise known as a tardigrade. Pretty cool stuff, dude. Big third down here coming up for Penn State. Oh, you think I sound bad now, dude? You should have heard me the last 7 days, Pops. This is the best I've felt. Over 24 hours in antibiotics. We're fighting, dude. Tons of water. Lots of tea. Lots of naps. Penn State picks up the first. Man, this is the best I've sounded in a week, Pops. I need some love here. No PI. Love that. Farmer King says, you do sound much better. Thank you, brother. Just popped some more Mucinex. Took my night meds. So tonight could get a little goofy. I'm hoping I feel well enough after the show to stay up to watch the rest of this game. And then apparently Family Fortnite Friday is happening tomorrow, so I'll be on in the morning at some point. Not going to set an alarm, though. Just wake up when the body's ready. Spectrum. That's awesome, man. I do remember that. Thank you for the kind words. Hope you're doing well and your family's great. My boy Southpaw says Broncos Lions for the Super Bowl, calling it now. Dude, one of those things would be crazy. No flag, and there you go. 4th and 5. Nap was good, Evo. I took a nice big nap. Got some my first real meal like in 10 days. Was finally hungry, which is a good sign. Took a shower. I'm feeling good, dude. Feeling good, looking good. Yeah, I'm leaning Bills, Lions, Ravens, Lions, Chiefs, Lions. One of those three. Here's hoping, Queen Bee. What up, Slam? That Bills Broncos game is gonna have you stressing. I can't wait for football this weekend, dude. And we got some good stuff on right now too. Oh, Chris is already in stream. I'll join. Hold on. What's up, brother? Chris, you there?
What's up, man?
What's up, dude? I'm already live, just so you know.
Oh, I know.
Hot mic, brother. Hot mic.
Julia told me because I was changing Camden. She's like, "Are you supposed to be live right now? Because your brother's live."
How did she know? How does she know I'm live?
She gets alerts, dude. She subbed to the channel.
She's not subbed.
Oh, she's subbed, brother.
She's not subbed. That's crazy. You're not even subbed. You got gifted a sub.
Dude, I got gifted a sub out of the generosity of your viewers' heart.
You and mom, dude. You can't keep getting away with this.
Here's the thing, dude. I'm a teacher. People know I don't have money.
Dad's in here, by the way. I'm a teacher. I don't have money. I just have 80 pairs of shoes.
Yeah, John. Have you ever heard of a budget? It's called a budget.
I'm not
I know
liquid,
exactly,
Chris. I'm not liquid.
Dude, I know where every of my pennies goes. Do you know how much money I spent today?
And you know that 5 of those dollars ain't going to me.
You know how much money I spent today, John?
How much, Chris?
$43.74. Do you want to know on what, JB?
On what?
A couple snacks and the ingredients for the delicious meal prep pasta. Pasta that I made. It's
wild.
so good.
You're wild.
I know.
I spent $0 today.
Okay. Well, I have to feed my family.
We already had groceries.
Yeah, I feel like I never have the fresh things when I want something fresh.
I don't want to do an ad here because it's, not an ad.
I don't want to like buy sauce. I want to make my own sauce. You know?
I'm surprised I haven't sold you on this already, dude. Jody and I use HelloFresh, and it is unreal. I mean, no, you get fresh ingredients every single day.
I can't do it.
Why?
I can't do it. I can't justify subscribing for food when I can just go to the grocery store for cheaper.
It's not cheaper. It's
Yeah,
literally, no, it's not. It's literally not.
Yeah, it is.
No, it's not. We'll talk about it next time I see you.
Here's the thing, John. You don't need to buy shoes. Some of us have to buy shoes.
I accepted Ty's thing, but it's not. I don't know if it's working or not.
Here's what you got to understand. I will live off of ramen and water before I stop buying shoes. Do you understand me?
I hear you, dude. So again, what I'm hearing is shoes more important than sporting the bro. That's fine. I just wanted you to say it.
Hey,
every
minute of every day, I'm with my feet. I wish I was with you every minute of every day. It's just not how it rolls, dude.
Why is Ty not in here? Did he invite you to the collaborate thing?
Oh, yes, Andre did.
Did you already accept it?
No, because I did not have my thing up, but now I do, and now I did.
I sound 10 times better than I did yesterday, bro. Dad
Must
says,
have been
"Oh, Chris just comes to our house to eat." You got to mute, Chris. You got to mute that join shared thing you just did.
Done.
All right.
Did that work?
Yep. I don't hear you twice now.
You're lost, bro. Wow, did you see what Andre said in the chat?
Ty's pooping.
That's disgusting, dude. Wow, Dad saying Chris just comes to our house to eat. Hey, Dad, if you had a father who lived 7 minutes away and cooked how you cooked, you would do it too.
Tyler's been playing Marvel Rivals like crazy.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of his reels on Instagram.
Ninja's Hyper is back.
Ba, ba, ba. So John, I forgot to ask you, how'd the sponsored stream go with like how you were feeling? Because I know you weren't feeling well.
Wait, like, what do you mean? When I was in Salt Lake City?
Yeah.
I mean, it all went all my stuff went as well as it could have gone by some miracle, dude. I literally lost my voice after every single thing I did.
Right.
But I got through all the stuff I needed to do, and it went really well. I only wish I got to enjoy the conference more.
Okay.
But I just had to go sleep all the time.
I'm sorry, dude.
It's just like, it's everything, bro. I went to the doctor, and he's just like, you probably have all of it. And I was like, what do you mean? He's like, you probably have strep, pneumonia, COVID, the flu. He's like, describing what you're doing and where you've been. Interception, Penn State, by the way.
Yeah, I'm going to lock into the stream. I'm not going to watch that game.
I'm not going to watch. I'm just going to have it on. And so he just gave me an antibiotic, and I do feel better after that. So it must have been something not just viral, because I already feel better 24 hours later. But I've been out for like 8 days, dude.
Hey, Carson. Dude, I'm actually really excited for this weekend. Looking at Vegas's lines, I think they're a little sus on some of these games, dude.
Yeah, I'm excited to hear which ones you think. Also, we're having your boy on today, dude. I'm surprised I didn't hear more excitement from you.
Dude, I'm so pumped. I've just been so busy, bud.
He's your dude. I know you have a few questions, right?
100%. So I've got a few questions for him, and I have a not an ad shout out for him.
Okay.
Since I voluntarily subbed to the site.
Oh, they were going to give you a free year.
I don't know when it renews. I don't know when it renews.
I gave them your email for a free year.
I mean, I would love that. I use their data for pretty much all of my analysis. Well, not all of it. Like, I would say half.
Yeah. Well, most of your statistical stuff, right?
Right, dude. And that's what I love about it. And Aaron can speak to this too. But it empowers you to look at trends and act on it without needing someone to tell you what to do.
Yeah.
Like, they have plenty of experts that'll tell you what to do, but you don't need to use them if you don't want.
When you look at my questions, in particular the first two,
yeah,
are yours better after those or before?
Wait. Oh, I got you. Okay. Sorry, let me get it up to speed of this one.
Guys, welcome to the Blevins Bro Sports Show. We do this every single week. We won't be playing Fortnite.
Mine are better after.
Okay, cool. We won't be doing Fortnite. No Marvel Rivals. I've been told by Tyler that there is Family Fortnite Friday tomorrow, so we'll be doing that tomorrow morning. But tonight is Sports Show for the next 2 hours. Brought to you by DraftKings. We're going to have Aaron on from DVOA, Aaron Schatz. That's how you say his name, right?
Schatz, bro.
Oh, whoops. Aaron Schatz. Aaron Schatz, he invented the DVOA statistic, and he was with us last year once and did a great job. And you'll remember, Chris, that when he was on last time, it was before the Lions-Niners game.
Yeah.
And we were begging him to pick the Lions, and he's like, no, I just don't see it. And then we were crushing him in the first half, and we're like, look, the stats were wrong. And then boom. But I think he's going to see us now, and we're like one in most of the stuff, right?
The Lions are very good. They're not one in offense or defense, and we've been dipping in defense, but we've been top 4 all year.
Do you think he's going to pick the Lions to win the Super Bowl or no?
No, I've got an idea of who he's going to pick, but I'm very interested. I'm very, very interested in another team that obviously I'm not sure if he's going to pick. So that's part of my question too. And I know like he can't talk a lot about because he has a vote. He's on like the board of votees for like the offensive player of the year, MVP. Like he actually votes. So I have a really interesting question for him on that too.
Okay, cool. I'll be right back, like 10 seconds. Hold up.
Dakota, so our chats right now are all 3 chats. So currently we see all 3 chats combined. I can see Tyler's chat, I can see John's chat, and I can see my chat. Yeah, this is insane, Andre. But we did tell him 7:15. John and I are both a little bit early.
Ty used to be the fastest pooper in the Midwest, dude. What happened? Chris did really get all the good hair genes. All right. Ty's got good hair. I've been using this shampoo. Chris, you're froze, dude. Chris, you're froze. Man, this poop must be massive, dude. You guys, Chris wasn't just froze for me, right? All right, cool. He's flossing in the bathroom. Unreal. Unreal stuff here. Yo, Chris, dude, what happened there?
I think I'm back. I had a total internet meltdown.
All right, don't let that happen again. I've been using this hair shampoo, Chris. Check this out, dude.
All right, I think I'm live and I think I'm good.
Look how much thicker that is, bro.
I lost the shared chat, though. I don't think my stream is in the shared chat. Yeah, man. It looks like it's growing back. It looks like it's brand new.
You see that, chat? Brand new, he said. Did Notre Dame just go for it on 4th and get it? I'm sorry, Penn State.
Hey, guys. Brand new.
Sure did. What? It does look thicker, says Easy Bake Oven. You're a legend. Dad said Rogaine. Dude, Rogaine, sponsor me.
Where is Tyler?
Pooping.
Still?
Allegedly.
All right, I think I'm back in, Andre.
Ooh, you got to mute again.
All right, I think I'm back in the shared chat. All right. You want to get started with that, Ty?
Not really, but we can just chat. I mean, we're just going to chat anyway about Detroit. Can you believe the Pistons, the Red Wings, Lions, Michigan basketball, Michigan State basketball, all undefeated in 2025 so far?
Yeah. Yeah, it's cool.
I was all over the Red Wings the other day when they went down 2-1. Came back to win in overtime. Kaner. I mean, dude, it's so fun to watch them play when they're playing well.
Yeah.
And the Pistons.
It really is. Dude, I wasn't sure how they were going to respond to Ivy going down, but they're just fun to watch.
Yeah.
Dude, you remember when you were like, well, I'm going to bed. I hope I wake up and they win. And they were down like 24. And then they came back and won.
Yep. That was awesome.
I was watching that game. It was awesome.
Well, Big Ten has, Jordan, since there's so many Big Ten teams, Michigan's already played USC, UCLA. They already beat Wisconsin. I believe they already beat Iowa. So they've already played a couple Big Ten teams. I just need the Lions not to be the first Detroit team to lose in 2025. I know you're not watching the game right now, Chris, but who do you think's going to win, Notre Dame or Penn State?
I had Notre Dame on my bracket.
What about Texas, Ohio State?
I don't think Texas has a chance,
Yeah, me neither.
unfortunately.
Someone goes, I think I joined the wrong Tyler stream.
What are you talking about, dude?
It's not our fault that Tyler wants to play Marvel Rivals for 8 hours before the sports show.
John, all my kids now work in this to their questions, dude. They'll be like, or they'll say, someone will say something and it'll be like, and they'll be like, yeah, man, that's so massive. And then they'll just look at me, dude. Like I'm going to get in on the meme.
You don't ever do it?
Yeah, I've done it a few times.
Yeah, I was streaming at Seek and a bunch of dudes just crowded the stream and were like, "Is it massive interception Notre Dame? Holy!"
Dude, people were saying that if Eller freaking declares that he could be the #1 overall quarterback.
No shot. Flag on the play, dude. So would have been 4th down for Penn State if it was incomplete. Notre Dame picks it off. What's the call? Holding on the defense. Free first down. Unreal.
Wow. All right. Drew's back to #1.
Brutal, yep. I mean, the one thing he's done well is not turn the ball over, you know? And Pitbull says Aller already said he's coming back.
Yeah, I know, but things can change. That's a verbal commitment. He didn't sign anything. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean, if he gets told by agents and scouts that he's going to be a top 5 pick, he'll declare, but he's not going to be.
Right, especially because the draft, especially in the next 2 years, is just going to get deeper. Maybe not next year.
Yep.
What's up, Ty?
Oh, hey, Ty.
Gentlemen.
I love the Halo 3 shirt, brother.
And you can thank Alex, bro.
Dude, how was the poop?
It was good. A little sword on this arm, dude.
You trying to get rid of your title of fastest pooper in the Midwest?
Brother, there's something about that gluten-free pizza that just actually was not really sitting well.
You mean salad?
Sure.
You might have
Bro,
got one of those. You might have got one of the gluten-free pizzas that has extra gluten, dude.
Dang it, bro.
Could be.
He's going to be a huge stand for Notre Dame right now on this 3rd down, boys.
Did you see that pick that just got called back?
Mm-mm.
They had a pick in the end zone, and they called defensive holding, game of first down.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah,
All right,
so I hope for at least a field goal here and not a touchdown because that's crazy.
Pretty sure I'm on Notre Dame.
Yeah, same. I added Michigan State basketball to it just to get in the plus.
Nice.
Aaron Schatz is joining us here in about 7 minutes, guys. Ty, are you as pumped as Chris and I about the Detroit sports going undefeated so far in 2025?
It's pretty crazy how well we're doing. I'm a little. I'm speaking of Detroit sports. I'm looking at the Pistons Warriors game. Wow, we're kind of getting clapped. We can come back, but
What's the score? I haven't even looked.
65-51, and we were minus 130 favorites before the game started.
Yeah, but the Warriors are down bad right now.
I know, which is why it's like, why are we getting rinsed?
Is Steph Curry playing?
He has 1-3.
It's just so crazy to me like how
He has
sometimes he's not in.
9 points, 1-3. He has 5 assists and 6 rebounds.
Dude, basketball, I feel like is just
In the regular season, it's just so random, I feel.
yeah, it's so unpredictable. Even when I feel like I've got like a 20% edge on something, just based on the matchup, based on who's going to be defending the player, based on perimeter defense versus rim defense, it could still go the other way. Bad.
Yeah, I mean, someone also just doesn't play the full time or a lot, right? And then it's
Right.
just I hear you. I mean, boys, I'm ready. What do you guys want to talk about? Anything before?
Yeah, we're just gonna shoot the crap for the next 5 minutes until Aaron gets in here.
Bet.
Chris said he's on. You said Ohio State and Notre Dame. I'm same.
Yeah, that's what I have in my bracket. I unfortunately have Ohio State winning it all.
Which that just that makes Michigan ipso facto back-to-back champs. Really, if you think about it.
Yeah.
Only team
100%.
to beat Ohio State this year.
Transitive property.
That's not true. Oregon beat them, but still.
Yeah, Oregon beat them early, right?
Yeah, by 3. Say low taper fade for 100 gifted.
Don't do that.
Low. I do it for 100.
Get 100 gifted.
I do it for 100 gifted, bro.
Was it in my
Taper fade.
I don't think he's.
He's not gonna gift 100. Bro.
He's not giving the.
You don't think, Ty? Remember that one
Possible.
time? Remember that one time when you were like, "Money where your mouth is, and I'll hop on right now." Guy does
Dude,
it.
This guy. His last message, besides Christmas, it was his second to last message was in Christmas. December 9th, 2024 says, "Bro, you know what's crazy?" That was his message. His next message before that was in 2022. And he put 3 emotes in the chat and then said, "Looking great today, Ninja."
Yeah, he could.
Wow.
He might be good for 100. We'll see.
Look at that, coming in, gassing you up.
That was in 2022. Now it's 2025.
It's amazing.
Dude's still obsessed with the meme, bro. I don't know what to tell you. God, I wish I could listen to the audio.
Oh
This
my
guy-
gosh, Penn State just dropped a wide open touchdown. Walked in, 4th and goal.
I just saw it too. It's disgusting.
Absolutely crazy.
What are you doing, bro? You know it's crazy.
No way. Oh my! That was a low throw, but still, you
No,
gotta
you
catch that.
Oh. Yeah.
I can't wait
pressure's
to talk.
getting
I
him.
can't wait to talk ball with you guys about this week's games. I'm so pumped. I'm so glad I'm feeling a little bit better.
I'm ready to absolutely flame the absolute shite out of Sam Larnold, bro. Call him Larnold. He's
How are
awful.
you gonna do that?
Yeah, you got to give him a little bit of a break, man. That was
Nope.
his first ever. I'm pretty sure. It is. It's his first ever big game, in a crowd
Let me
like
tell you
that,
something,
and an atmosphere like that. First ever.
Let me tell you something. You're Sam Darnold.
Yep.
You have 2 of the best wide receivers, and then Hawkinson, and a good running back, like on your team. You have one of the best wide receivers. You have maybe the best wide receiver in the league on your team.
Definitely
Okay?
that.
You at 90% of the time, you can just throw it to him, and he'll probably come down with it. And he's done that a lot this year. Okay, take all of that, and just pair that with how good his offensive line. His offensive line gives him some of the most time in the NFL. He is all day back there. You know he does because he holds onto the ball longer than almost any other QB. He's up there. He holds on to this bad boy. And you know what, dude? He finally gets blitzed, consistent pressure on top of the pressure of the big game. And what happens, bro? Sam Darnold got dumped on. He made bad throws. Dude,
Hey,
I'm telling you right now, bro. And
Ty,
here's the thing, Chris.
He didn't have a good game, but their offensive line had a horrible game communication wise. Like even when we rushed 4, we were stunting, and they weren't communicating well. And like that's how Zadarius Smith got his sack.
Yeah.
And like we were pressing. We were playing man press, meaning we were being super physical at the line of scrimmage, and we just thought we could get to Darnold in 3 seconds, and a lot of times we could.
And he holds on to the ball longer than 3 seconds normally. He's one of the most sacked quarterbacks in the league. Imagine that. He holds on to the ball the longest, and he still is doing what he's doing. But that just shows that, like, if you add a little pressure to him, and then you get to him, right, with some clever blitzing, and your D-backs, your cornerbacks, are even just remotely on Jefferson, and he looked awful.
So-
and I love that, and that just, to me, that just goes to show, bro. Goff, one of the best quarterbacks in the entire NFL, under pressure when he's blitzed. Even he threw 2 interceptions, and we still dominated him. He looked better. He looked better than Darnold, even with the picks.
I think
I hear you, but our defense deserves way more credit than you're given. Like Robertson,
I think
played out of their minds.
Robertson was on him like glue, dude.
If we played again, so if the Vikings win, and the Eagles win, and the Bucks win, and we play the Vikings again, they will be ready for that, and Darnold will have a better game. That's all I'm saying.
100%.
That's all I'm saying.
For sure. But also, he's a fraud.
Dude, that game, guys, it was the biggest game of our lives outside of last year's playoffs games, right?
Right.
And I didn't say 2 words the entire time. I couldn't talk. I'm just laying on the couch trying not to sleep, like just trying to pay attention. The kids are screaming. Jody's all excited. And I'm just like, I just want to win so I can go to bed.
Dude, it was unbelievable, bro. So like we sat down, and the first thing we did, like everyone got in their spots. Jess was in her couch. I was in my little spot in my little chair. Tim was over. Tim was in his chair, like the chair next to me, and Alex and Amanda were on the right couch. And I'm like, oh my god! Like right as the game's about to start, I'm like, oh my god, this is where I was. This is where I was sitting when we lost the NFC Championship. Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm like, I have to move. Swap to the middle of the couch next to Jess. I sat next to Jess the whole time. Or I was like on the floor. I was like, I'm not sitting in this chair again, bro. This chair's cursed. And dude, we were just crying. I was crazy. I was running around the house, bro. It was just a wild game. So good. And again, you're right, dude. You want to talk about value? Let's talk about Alex Anzalone, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, the difference with him on the field was astounding. A leader and then some. One of the best leaders maybe defensively in the league. You could just feel that our defense was on the same page, and they were just united. I don't even know how to like a perfect example was the delay of game in the fourth quarter when he just saw that the clock hit 0. I saw TikTok on this. Saw the clock hit 0, and he just jumps. He just like ran to Darnold and like pointed at the clock and all the rest, and then they called it delay of game. We do like the second we lost like 90% of our defense, we didn't have a guy like that with the confidence that would be able to make a play like that and like almost challenge the refs. You know what I mean? No, like you have to know what you're doing if you're gonna jump the line, right? Like you can't mess that up. If you mess that up, it's just huge, man. We needed him. He's got big balls.
Yeah, we're gonna talk a lot about Anzalone here coming up because there's a lot of tight ends. He helped in coverage against Hawkinson in a huge way. He's gonna do that against a lot of tight ends here in the playoffs. Aaron is ready, guys. Aaron Schatz in the Discord. He was with us last year, Ty.
I know.
The inventor of the DVOA stats. Dragging him in. By the way, someone that's complained about a little bit of a buzz and a mic. I don't hear it. Do you hear it, Ty?
No, it's a little bit Chris's, but it's not that big a deal.
It's not my mic. It's the PC. It's loud.
Yeah, we'll be fine.
Okay, cool. Let's bring Aaron in. Aaron. It's gonna ask you to turn the camera on one more time there, Aaron. I know you had it on already.
Trying so hard to get this to be perfect. Boom! Look at that. My stream it. I'm gonna sprint and grab a water real quick.
Yep, go ahead. Aaron?
I heard him.
I did not, but I did. I just saw green.
I just can't see him.
Dude, what is Andre laughing at, bro?
Hey,
there he is, Aaron.
I can't hear you though.
You can't hear us.
Oh, you can't hear us? Uh-oh.
Are you super? Oh, he can't. I can't walk him through it then.
Here.
Right.
Let me. Can I type somewhere? How do I?
I don't think there is a chat. Andre, send the email, bro.
I have his number.
Voice
Hold on. I have his number.
Okay. John's calling.
Oh, there he is.
He can't hear us right now, but he's trying with I thought he was gonna get some headphones on. We'll see.
Hey, I can't hear you guys, so I don't quite know what to do.
Are his headphones plugged in?
John muted, so he's good.
John should. I mean, believe it or not,
Okay.
I think John can handle it.
Yes.
Which is wild. You never want John to be the tech support guy.
Right.
Oh, okay. I
Oh
think
my
I
God.
see what the problem is.
Oh my God, he's working. I think it's working.
I should have bet money line Pistons.
Now I hear you.
I should have bet money line John.
I should have bet money line Pistons. I'm delusional.
You're so crazy, Ty.
Let me tell you something right now, dude. The Pistons were down 17.
Hi.
I
We
took
have
him
a
at
guest, bro.
I'm not. I know. Aaron knows all about DVOA. I'm sure he loves Pistons basketball. He doesn't have his headphones on either.
Hold on.
Dude,
Trying to get back.
see,
He
he's
can hear
coming.
you.
We were down
There we go.
17. We are now only down 6. Oh my God, we're so good. What's up?
Hey, how you guys
Mr.
doing?
DVOA.
I made it work.
Welcome. It's great to see
Hey,
you
thanks
again,
for
man.
having
Good
me.
to see you, man.
Good to see you too. I don't really know anything about the Pistons. I know a little bit about the Celtics, and that's about it.
Well, I think this is the first time we've had John. Your mic's muted still.
Thank you, Ty. You've got the good beard
Perfect.
going right now, Aaron.
Yeah, I've grown it a little longer the last couple months. Yeah.
I like that. The Detroit
Yeah, it
Lions
looks
playoff beard. I like that.
But just a real quick, this is the first time the Pistons have had a winning record in I don't know how long. I think we're 18-17 right now.
That might be more wins than they had last year.
Aaron, Tyler
weird
really
is-
wants you to
yeah,
gas
sorry.
up. Really wants you to gas up the Pistons here.
I don't. I'd rather talk about why we don't like Sam Darnold.
Oh my
I just,
god.
it's just the Vikings, bro. I think they lose to the Rams, man. I do.
Hey, man, it's going to be close. It's going to be close. The Rams have been playing really well. Stafford's been playing really well.
And then you have their defensive line that has stepped it up so much, and then you top that off with the fact that it's not the Lions curse, it's the Lions hangover is a real thing. The Vikings just played one of the toughest games of the year. We gave them their second spanking, sent them on home, and now they have to go with only a week's rest, and they have to go in and they have to play a pretty much rested Rams that sat half their starters, right? So
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
mean,
and they've
dude,
got a great defensive line, young guys, Jared Verse, Braden Fisk, Kobe Turner. Up against the Minnesota offensive line is not as good up the middle. So like Kobe Turner and Fisk can have a lot of damage, and that's a pretty close game. The NFC games are closer than the AFC games this weekend.
for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah,
I
we're
agree.
going to dive into those, Aaron. Thank you so much for being here, for taking the time, for having an awesome beard. For those who are watching right now on Twitch, Aaron is the Chief Analytics Officer of FTN Fantasy and the creator of DVOA. He also does a bunch of stuff with a bunch of awesome organizations here in the NFL, and he was with us last year. Last year, chat, you may remember him breaking our hearts. We had him on the week of the NFC Championship game with the Lions and the 49ers. We were begging him to pick the Lions. He did not. We almost won.
We should have won.
Should have won. Didn't quite
Heartbreak.
pull it
Should've.
off. So Aaron was technically correct. Aaron, thanks again for being with us, my friend.
Hey, thanks for having me on. It's good to be here. And I mean, hey, another year. Lions even better this year.
Yes.
And then injured.
I mean,
Yep.
we got
I've never
Montgomery
seen
coming
I've
back.
never seen anything like this. I've never seen a team this good for the first half of the season get this injured without the quarterback getting hurt.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, I saw this was a statistic like 2 or 3 weeks ago. We were the number one most injured team in the NFL with over 33.69% of our players on IR.
Yeah,
are
I mean,
number
yeah,
one in the
when you
league.
start with the dudes who went on IR from like the very beginning of training camp, like Comiskey or whatever, and then you get all the way through to like cornerbacks and David Montgomery, and it's just like a ton of dudes.
It's sad.
Yeah, it was funny. Aaron, I was taking a look at our defensive DVOA charting throughout the season, and we were finally a top 10 DVOA rated defense. And then it just, after Anzalone went down with like McNeil, it just plummets. It just
And then
started.
it bounced back when Anzalone came back last week, and they finished
did.
number 5. They finished
yeah.
number 5. But yeah, like I mean, once like Anzalone was kind of the straw that broke the camel's back. Like they made it through a number of injuries, and then once Anzalone went out, the defense but the offense just kept it going, so they kept winning games.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%. We are going to get into some Lions stuff here, Aaron, but wanted to pick your brain on some of the games that are happening this weekend. Like you said, NFC games a lot closer and spread, at least right now, than the AFC matchups. Who are you liking this weekend?
My favorite pick of the weekend is Commanders +3
Okay.
Really?
against the Buccaneers. We have the Commanders as better than the Buccaneers in both our total season numbers and the weighted numbers that give more weight to recent games. The Buccaneers defense has declined in recent weeks to the point where, I mean, both of these teams are much better on offense than defense. It's probably a shootout, but I think Washington is a little bit better team.
I mean, I'm
Yeah,
like,
I'm with you there too, especially with Lattimore back. And
Yeah, if Lattimore is back, then that helps shut down Mike Evans. It's a big deal.
yeah, he was a full participant today too. So
I'm worried about the over. Like you're saying, it's going to be a shootout. I mean, I couldn't agree more when you look at the offenses and the capability of Scary Terry just getting long bombs, and obviously Mike Evans just tearing everybody up. But like, I thought the same thing was going to happen when we had the Bengals Broncos game 2 weeks ago when
Yeah.
there was like 15 or 17 points in the first half. I'm sitting here, they're talking about this is very playoff energy, and you're looking at this terrible Bengals defense, incredible, like Broncos offense that can get the job done. I thought it was going to be like, I hope that doesn't happen with this game where it's like, oh, these defenses are stepping it up, and it's a low
Yeah,
ball.
it's a thing in the NFL. Like when you think a game's going to be a shootout, it'll randomly be like 17-12.
Right.
Things happen.
Yeah.
What about like looking at Jaden Daniels as a rookie this year? A lot of his throws seem to be short or just 50-50 balls that he's chucking down the field that are working. He had that awful game against Philly that first time that they met against the Eagles where it felt like they just shut down those short throws and nothing really happened. And then on the other side, you look at Baker Mayfield, who in my opinion is playing top 5 football this year at the quarterback position. I mean, the things he's doing without Godwin, without Evans for a lot of the season. Even given the dichotomy of those two players, you still are leaning Commanders +3, huh?
Yeah, because I think the Commanders' defense is probably a little bit better now that they have Lattimore, and I think Daniels and Mayfield are pretty much equal.
Yeah.
I got to say something that I got to address the elephant in the room. Are we going to, like, was Jaden hurt? Or, like,
Yeah, his ribs. I think it's very clear his ribs were hurt for a few weeks there because he went down and then he came back up again. Like feels like the ribs are more healthy now.
Just want to throw this out there, man. Marcus Mariota has played from what I've seen, 2 games this year. One of them was the second half against the Panthers, and he balled out for over like 174 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, and almost a perfect completion rating. And then he comes in after Jaden Daniels was 6 for 13. I think he had 36 yards. And then Mariota comes in. He's running the ball. I think he had about 40 or 50 rushing yards. Dude's balling out, throwing dimes. Is there a world where we see Mariota play against?
I mean, they're not going to pull Daniels unless he's hurt, but Mariota's one of the best backups in the league.
I couldn't agree more. He looked like he didn't skip a beat against the Panthers. I actually had the under the second Mariota came in. That was one of those, I'm going to take the under here. They're going to reel it in. And then Mariota ends up balling out and was doing better than Jaden. And the same thing happened again last week. So, yeah, that's just something that was crossed my mind.
Don't pull, like, you dance with the one that brung you. I mean,
sure.
They're not going to pull Daniels in the middle of the game, even if he's struggling. But if he gets hurt, they're a lot better off than a lot of other teams if their backup has to come in.
All right.
Yeah. Aaron, I want to talk about the Pittsburgh Ravens game. All of a sudden, Zay Flowers is out. Will not be playing this weekend. Does that change anything for you? Do you think Pittsburgh, they kept it, they won that first time that they matched up in a really low-scoring game? What do you think about that game?
Yeah, that first game was wackadoo. Boswell hit 6 field goals, including 2 from over 50. Tucker missed 2. But if you look back, these teams almost always play each other close. And even the Week 16 game that the Ravens won 34-17 was 17-17 into the third quarter. It was only in the fourth quarter
right?
that the Ravens pulled away. So, like, I feel like the Ravens are my number 1 team this year. Like, they've been phenomenal. They dominate against good opponents, but the Steelers always seem to play them close. So I really like the Steelers plus 9.5 at this point, unless it's gone down since the Flowers injury was announced. It's 9.5.
I find it so funny you say that when they've lost to 2 of the worst teams in the league.
That's the weird thing about the Ravens. First of all, the Raiders game was one of those really weird games where they totally outplayed the Raiders and then just had penalties at just the wrong times.
Yeah.
The Browns was their worst game of the year.
Yeah.
The game they lost to Cleveland was their worst game of the year. But, like, there's a stat where if you look at point differential only against playoff teams,
sure,
the Ravens are like at plus 110, and no other team is above like 30. Like they just dominate.
Yeah, that'll do it. All right.
So that I have a good segue. I've got 2 kind of segueing questions off that. So I follow you on Twitter, guys. If you don't, at Schatz NFL. And Aaron's a great follow, everyone. So you have been documenting the sort of historic Ravens DVOA season on offense. I just wanted to get your thought. Like, I know Lamar is dynamic. And I know they added Henry to that mix. What makes them so potent to you? Like, what do you see?
I know, because you go through the roster and you don't think, oh, this is an offense with 5 Hall of Famers. Like, you don't think like that. The offensive line is good. The receivers are good. Mark Andrews, the tight end, is very good. But so much of it is Jackson. He had his best year this year. This was his best season. And he's just been phenomenal. Both what he does passing and what he does running has just been absolutely phenomenal. They're a really good yards after the catch team. Like, you don't think about like Justice Hill, and I don't know if Justice Hill is healthy to play in this game, but he is like a yak machine on those little screen passes. And stuff.
Yep.
Okay. I love that. And then that goes into my next question, guys. So for those of you guys that don't know who are watching, Aaron actually has a vote for, offensive rookie of the year, offensive player of the year, MVP. And last year I agreed with him. He was one of the only people on Josh Allen who I thought should have won the MVP last year. And it's so funny because Lamar won. And this year, I'm kind of thinking Lamar should win.
I don't think Lamar should win.
Just listen. And it seems like everybody's on Josh Allen. And I know you can't say, and I don't want you to say your vote, but like looking at the top 3 or 4 competitors, is that interesting to you that's the conversation this year?
First of all, I mean, no disrespect to Joe Burrow, who's been outstanding this year.
For sure.
But there's 2 competitors. I mean, Saquon, some people want to vote for a running back. I'm not the kind of guy who's going to vote for a running back. And Saquon played an easy schedule anyway. It's 2 guys. What's interesting is the stats are much closer than last year between the 2 guys.
Right.
And I think that the narrative that it was Allen's award to win has sort of slowed down in the last couple of weeks as he had a couple of lesser games and then skipped a week, whereas Jackson had a couple of really good performances on national TV. So to the point where I think it's much closer than it was 3 or 4 weeks ago, probably in the minds of the voters as to which one of them should win the award.
Okay.
I mean, it's just got to be. I mean, I look at it like this. We look at like the most valuable player, right? It's just the definition is the name, is in the name. It's like I think that you could put a decent quarterback in the Rams and with someone, or with the Rams, with the Ravens, and when you have a running back like Derrick Henry and a tight end like Mark Andrews and obviously some weapons on offense, I think they can get the job done. Like I think they could even have like the same, not the same record, but roughly
Definitely
the same
not
record.
the same record.
Listen to me, hear me out though.
Yeah.
Compared to the Bills on offense. Like, I don't think James Cook even has half of the year that he has, or anyone on that offense has anything without Josh Allen on that team.
I was going to say Henry's year was made a lot by Jackson. They make each other. Like the fact is, when you have a mobile quarterback, and Allen and Jackson both count for this, he has this gravity where he play fakes and then you think he might have the ball, but he turned out he handed off. And so you've got one less defender going after the running back because one of them has to watch the quarterback. And like mobile quarterbacks lead to running backs having better numbers. And Henry benefited from that. And so did Cook.
So did Cook. Right. I guess. No, it's not I guess. I mean, you're absolutely right. I look at it like I really do feel like, I mean, when you look at Cook, you look at Henry. Henry's obviously, in my opinion, the better running back. No doubt about it. Can't bring him down. Like, he's bigger than most linebackers. And I just think that Josh Allen, without Josh Allen, I've said this, I think the Buffalo Bills don't even get like 5 wins.
I think they're better than that. But Allen's very special. I don't know whether the Ravens get. I don't know how many the Ravens get though without Jackson. Jackson is so much of their offense. And their defense for the first half of the year was not as good as it was last year. For the second half of the year was awesome.
Yeah, it's picked up.
Yeah, and what Jackson's doing without not turning the ball over at all is crazy.
Same with Josh. I mean, Josh Allen also had 3 passing touchdowns and 3 rushing touchdowns.
They're both really good candidates. Like there's no embarrassment if either one of them wins the award.
Agreed.
I just think it's closer than it seemed 3 or 4 weeks ago. 3 or 4 weeks ago, it seemed like the runaway train was this is Allen's award.
Yeah.
And now I think it's a lot closer.
Wow. Yeah.
And meanwhile, Jared Goff having an MVP-like season and out of the conversation after that 5 interception game against the Texans.
And I think there's also a sense that Goff is made by his coordinator and his receivers more than Jackson and Allen.
100%. And he can't do anywhere near as much with his legs. Aaron, I want to bring you back to this weekend's games. Is there a low seed it doesn't have to be super low, but just kind of an underdog team on either the NFC or the AFC that you could see making a run in the playoffs this year, kind of a surprising run, when winning more than just one game?
Yeah, the Green Bay Packers.
Really?
Ooh.
Yes.
Even without Watson.
Even without Watson, although it's less likely without
I need-
Watson.
I
Watson
mean-
is definitely, they're missing that dude because he was
Break
such
this
a
down
huge
for me.
part of the deep passing game for them. But
Yeah.
they have been they were the best team in the league from week 11 to week 16. What's weird is that they really improved in the second half of the year, but it doesn't feel like it because the worst games were the last two. But from week 11 to week 16, they were like the best team in the league, like ridiculously good. And Love has been outstanding this year, especially if you adjust for schedule. And their defense is good, although they're going to miss Jair Alexander, who's their best corner. But if you said to me, a team that's a 4, 5, 6, or 7 is going to make a run, I think that the Packers or the Vikings, but probably the Packers are the team that I would think might make a run.
All right. Well,
And that's
Now, unfortunately, they have a really hard opponent the first week, right? Because the Eagles are like the one team that's been better than them in the NFC over the last few weeks. So, you know.
And one thing that really confused me was I felt like Green Bay was getting such good pressure with just bringing 4. And
yeah,
then I
even
watched.
though they don't have a lot of guys where you're like, oh, that's a guy, man. Like, they don't
Yeah.
have those boots.
And then I saw the Minnesota game, and Darnold was back there. Literally, he was eating a sandwich. He had all day, and I was just like, so that was really surprising in that
They
Vikings
have a
game.
lot of 2 and 3 point losses. And while that's very frustrating for Packers fans because you don't like to lose games, when it comes to predicting the future, those are basically ties.
Yeah.
interesting. So right now, if the Packers beat the Eagles, they would be going to Ford Field to play the Lions for a third time. If you had to make a pick right now, would you pick the Packers to win that game, or do you think you'd still take the Lions?
No, I would take the Lions.
Okay.
That's what I like to hear.
But I hear
Especially with the extra week of rest and with no Watson for Green Bay and no Alexander. I mean, I would still take the Lions.
Yeah, it does surprise me though. I thought the Packers were doing really well as well through that stretch that you just mentioned. I think you said week 11 to week 16, and then the way they came out against that Vikings team, I was shocked. I was watching it in Green Bay.
Yeah, but they only lost by a couple. But then just losing to Chicago by anything, you're like, what's wrong with these guys? And I mean, some of it was like that Love was injured for part of the game, and they lost Watson and everything. But I know it makes it sound weird that the idea that they're hot sounds weird because they were hot 2 weeks ago and now they're cooled off.
Yeah.
Well, how many like, bad games until you're like just not on a high, you know what I mean? Like they're on a cold
Here's
streak
the
going
wild
into the
thing.
playoffs. It's like the worst time to be.
History is filled with teams that had bad Decembers and then went on runs in the playoffs. Like the 2012 Ravens. Like the 2012 Ravens were terrible in December, and then the playoffs came and whoop, like they beat all these teams that were better than them in the regular season, won the whole thing.
Wow.
Yeah. There's
That's
some
not what I
Giants
wanna-
teams. There's some Giants teams that felt like that too with Eli.
I don't want to hear that. That's not what I want to hear.
Aaron, I did not add this one to the list of things that you could prep for, so no pressure here. I thought of it just about an hour ago, and I was like, I have to ask him. What surprised you the most this season as far as DVOA is concerned?
What was the biggest surprise was the Vikings.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Oh yeah, the biggest surprise was the Vikings. That Darnold could be good, not great. I think it was overstated how good he was in the first half of the season, but good. And that their defense was outstanding. Their defense was really good, especially at the beginning of the season, with a bunch of guys where there was nobody where you were like, that's a top 5 guy at his position. Like they didn't have any of those. And yet you were like, I guess Van Ginkel's better than I thought. And I guess Cashman's better than I thought. Byron Murphy is better than I thought. Their defense just played really well. That's the biggest surprise team of the year.
Who are you taking if you're starting a new franchise and your choice at QB is Sam Darnold or Jared Goff?
Jared Goff.
Oh, baby.
Chris, I thought you guys were going to start the chant there. Come on, the Jared Goff chant.
I didn't even think that was a question. I'm taking
It's
Goff all
really
day.
nice what Darnold did this year, but it's just 1 year. Like Case Keenum had a year in 2017 where he was like the best quarterback in the league.
I remember that.
And it was just like a really fluky year. Like this could be a really fluky year. Goff's done this for years.
Yes, he has. And
So
he
I'm
looks
going
good
to I'm gonna ask you a question, Aaron, that I hate getting, so I apologize. Especially, I hate it before the wild card games have even been played. Can you give me?
Why is some of your hair gray and some of it black? Because I get that question a lot.
No,
So does Chris.
no, because some of mine's gray and some of it's pink. So,
How is that
Oh,
still? How is that pink stripe still in there?
dude, gray hair does not let go of dye. I don't want to explain it right now.
Okay,
So
all right.
so here's my question. I know it's early, and you can change your mind, obviously. But who you have AFC champion, NFC champion, and then who's your Super Bowl pick this year?
Okay, at this point, I think you have to favor Philadelphia in the NFC. Not that I want to, because I feel like it's only been one game. You can't assume that Anzalone coming back fixes all the defensive injury problems. And so I think I would favor the Eagles a little bit. It's not what I'm rooting for.
Okay.
I'd love to see the Lions make it. In the AFC, you basically have to favor the Chiefs because the Ravens and Bills have to play each other, and then they have to probably play the Chiefs, whereas the Chiefs only have to play one of those teams. But I think the Ravens are the best team of the three.
That's such a good answer. And then who's your Super Bowl pick?
Oh,
I mean, if it's Eagles, Chiefs, I think Eagles.
Okay.
Interesting.
It's funny
Eagles
'cause
fans
if
would
it's-
love that.
And if it's Ravens, I would take the Ravens.
Yeah,
I
me
love
too.
that.
The Ravens are the one team as a Lions fan I do not want to see in the Super Bowl.
But what I'm rooting for is the Lions and the Bills, because the
Oh, give me a rematch.
Lions and Bills fans in New Orleans for a week, like, tell me how much fun that would be.
Yeah. That would be a
It would
riot.
be amazing. And then two of the most heartbroken fans in the history of the sport, one of them would walk away wildly heartbroken.
Yes, and
But
the
the
other
other
one would
would-
get a championship.
The other
Yeah,
one would get one.
Finally.
I love that.
that would be super fun. Were you going to say something, Ty?
No, it's just got to be us, dude. I mean, please, for the love of God. We got Montgomery back, apparently. They're saying he's going to be ready
And
for
he
our
may be
first
able to
game.
come back for the end of the. I mean, Hutchinson may be able to come back for the Super Bowl if the Lions
said
make
Super
it to
Bowl.
the Super Bowl.
Dude, there was a clip of him saying, like, guys, just get us there. He goes, get us there, and I'll be ready. And
Well,
it's
so
like,
so
chill,
last I heard, and this is from a reputable source, it does not sound like Hutch is going to come back at all. It doesn't sound. The Lions might get Rakestraw back, the corner. That would be nice. Montgomery is officially back for the first game in a week and a half here for the Lions.
Oh, is he really going to be back for
Yeah.
the divisional round?
Yeah, he's
That's
back.
awesome.
Yeah.
He's back for the divisional round.
Hey, but listen, dude, Gibbs didn't miss a beat without him, though. I want to say that. Like, I think you missed.
Oh, he
there
was
were
a fantastic in Week 18. Oh my God, yes.
4 touchdowns, dude. Like 3 rushing, 1 passing. He's so good, man. And that little route that he does like, I think it's happened. He's gotten 2 in the last 2 weeks. Red zone, 4th down, dude. He's like 5 yards out. It's just this little boop, boop, like little corner in, and
The
he just-
angle, yeah.
Yeah.
so beautiful,
All,
dude.
all he has to do is read Van Ginkel, and if Van Ginkel's blitzing, that's a touchdown.
Gibbs is so good, man.
All right, Aaron. I have kind of a.
Yeah, I mean, I hate to say that for Van Ginkel because Van Ginkel had an awesome year, but Gibbs did make him look bad a couple times there.
That was awesome. I do have to ask you a crazy question. I promised a bunch of people who've been asking me when they found out you were going to be on today during my earlier stream. So I'm going to end on a doozy with you, and you can't judge me for it because it's not. This question is not coming from me. So you look at the Pittsburgh Steelers. Mike Tomlin kind of falling apart again. The Steelers are one of the only teams in the last 4 or 5 years that have gone on a 3 or more game losing streak. Mike Tomlin has only won 3 playoff games in his entire career there. A lot of those were early on.
Not his entire career, right?
I'd have to
Felt
look
like
it
he's
up.
won a Super Bowl.
I know that was a year. I'll have to look it up, and I'm pretty sure it's 3. The best quarterback he beat in the playoffs was, I believe it was, who was the quarterback? Alex Smith. So not a great track record outside of always having winning seasons. Do you think that the Pittsburgh Steelers should consider moving on from Mike Tomlin?
You know, I talked to a guy who was a Steelers fan today. I did some research earlier this year. Tomlin has an amazing record of outperforming the expectations of like what the underlying statistics suggest how many wins that team should have. But
Yeah.
the problem is that they keep having these 9-8 seasons and 10-7 seasons. And the question is, do the Steelers need to bottom out so that they can get a new young quarterback and rebuild? In which case, you can't have Tomlin there because Tomlin's going to keep them from going 4-13.
Right.
So if you feel like they need to have a year where they bottom out, you kind of have to get rid of Tomlin and trade TJ Watt and just take the L. Just take a year where you're going to be really bad. Otherwise, you may just limp along at 10-7 every year, which is kind of fun, but to lose in the first round of the playoffs constantly, you're not going to get near a championship.
Yeah, that's a great way to look at it, my friend. Okay, I lied. Last one. Do you think the Broncos have a chance against the Bills?
I mean, it's the NFL, man. Everybody has a chance.
Dude, I think Bo Nix is a demon, dude.
Bo Nix had a really good, Surtain is good. So here's the thing, man. People talk about Riley Moss like it was a real big loss that he was gone for a few weeks. My coverage numbers based on charting from FTN, Riley Moss was really bad this year. Like he let up a lot of passes. So it's basically just find Patrick Surtain and do not throw there, and you're going to be fine.
But I think that gives the Broncos this massive edge where he only has to, Josh Allen has to basically only can throw to one side of the field, right?
Well,
So,
it's not one side of the field. Surtain doesn't shut down a side of the field. He shuts down a guy.
Yeah.
Right? So he either shuts down Cooper or Coleman. That leaves the other one, plus Shakir, plus James Cook. Denver is very good against tight ends, so I wouldn't say the tight end. But I mean, everybody has a chance, man. It's the NFL. But if you said to me in the first round, which is the team with the lowest chance of winning, I'd say Denver.
Sure.
Okay. Cool.
They've been fun to watch, man. Mims Jr. really just coming into his own, and then
really good
Vale.
return guy and gimmicky screen passes and stuff. And Sutton is still good, and Benito had a really Zach Allen. So Zach Allen had like 46 quarterback knockdowns this year when no one else had more than 36.
Yeah.
He had a really good year.
I can't wait. That's gonna be one of my favorite games to watch personally.
Yeah, it's going to be an awesome one. Aaron, where can people find you?
We can't wait for all these games. You did not ask me at all about the Chargers and the Houston Texans, I don't think.
Yeah, John, what are you doing?
Well,
because nobody is eagerly anticipating that game.
It's true. It's true. Who are you taking? It's got to be the Chargers, right?
Take the Chargers, yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
There's just no way. Stroud's just
I mean, the
throw
Texans
probably
at home, if their defense plays really well, I feel like they can keep it close. But
they can. Oh, absolutely. But you're like, I'm looking forward to the Bills, and I'm looking forward to the Eagles, Packers, and I'm looking forward to the Steelers and Ravens. Nobody's looking forward to the Chargers and Texans except maybe Chargers fans.
Right.
Exactly. Aaron, thank you so much for taking the time to be with us today. Where can people find everything that you're doing and what you're working on?
The best thing is that the FTN Stats Hub, with all of our stats and all of our charting and all the different filters, you can look at how teams perform with one high coverage or against the blitz or on when there's pass pressure or whatever. It's all free through the wild card round. So you check that out at FTN Fantasy, the FTN Stats Hub. And then all of our previews with DVOA and stuff are at ftnfantasy.com/DVOA. And of course, I'm on Twitter and Blue Sky, both of those sites a lot.
Awesome. Thank you so much for taking the time, my friend. Enjoy the playoffs. We hope to have you on again. And
Awesome. Love being on the show, guys.
Go Lions.
Appreciate it, man. Thanks for coming.
Thanks, Aaron.
Oh, I'm so excited, man. I think the Broncos can do it, guys. I really do. I know. I know that they obviously probably have, and I agree with them. I think they have the lowest odds. But dude, when you're looking at if I'm the Ravens, I don't want to play the Steelers, right? I don't in the first round.
Really?
I don't. Chris, I don't. Dude, have you watched? I hate myself for this. I've watched so much Steeler football this year. I want to throw up. I'm not proud of it. I'm not proud of it. It's the most, dude. It is the most painfully, it's disgusting. It's disgusting. I think they were number 1 in the NFL for rush attempts, and they're like 30th in rushing yards. It's disgusting. They're the most boring offense on the planet, but they have this way, dude, where they're just ice climbing, just nice and slow, and they get field goals, and maybe Pickens catches a 40-yard. Now here comes Boswell's 60-yard kick, and their defense can get it done. I hate them. I wouldn't. If I'm the Ravens, I don't want to play the Steelers, and if I'm Buffalo, I don't want to play Denver. Bo Nix is hot right now, dude. Like their 3 running backs are actually all just getting great amount of touches and great production. And then you have Mims and Vell and all these guys. Sutton, I don't know, man.
So I think another advantage, because I know Aaron talked about like how you just got to avoid Patrick, right?
Yes.
Like the Bills do a lot of heavy personnel too. Like they love doing stuff out of heavy personnel with an extra offensive lineman and tight end, and then just tricking you like Ben Johnson does, and you have no idea what they're going to do out of that formation. And they have really creative ways to get their running backs the ball in space off of that heavy personnel look, even if it's not a run, and it gives teams so much trouble. And I think that offensively they're going to take care of Denver. But you're right, Ty. Like, what has Buffalo's defense done these last 3 weeks that have given you confidence that they can stop the Broncos' offense?
Right.
So,
Yep.
And all it takes is Josh Allen to have, which has happened before, Josh Allen to have a turnover, right? I mean, listen, he runs the ball a lot. And, like, I mean, he's due for a pick. He's due for a fumble. He's due for a big hit where he maybe loses the ball, right? I mean, I think Denver matches up pretty well against them. I think that's my game of the week, bro.
What time is that one on?
Game.
Is that the
That's,
Sunday night?
Noon.
Sunday. Ooh,
Sunday noon.
Nice.
dude, I'm pumped for the Packers-Eagles.
That'll be fun. I do have a correction. I mixed up my wording with the Mike Tomlin stuff. Won't happen again. I'll make sure I have it written down here in front of me. So Mike Tomlin it has lost 5 playoff games in a row. He's 8-10 overall as a coach in the playoffs, losing record. Here are the quarterbacks that he has won and lost against. I just want to make sure I get this right so people know what I meant. A win against Flacco, a win against Mark Sanchez, a loss against Aaron Rodgers, a loss against Tebow, a loss to Flacco, a win versus McCarron, an L versus a corpse of Peyton Manning, a win versus Matt Moore, a win versus Alex Smith, a loss versus Brady, loss versus Bortles, loss versus Mayfield, loss versus Mahomes, loss versus Allen. Obviously, those last two, maybe three, pretty good. But it's not like he doesn't have these big playoff wins against all-star quarterbacks. And so, as Aaron pointed out so well, I think the problem is he's still such a good coach that he takes these teams and he overperforms with them, and they can't get draft picks. And when they do have draft picks, they don't draft super well. And then he kind of mismanages, people like Pickens, people like Antonio Brown. So an interesting thought there from Aaron to say, basically, if you need to start over, get rid of them so you can have a down year or two, get some draft picks, and then actually compete, because they're always in the playoffs. It's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna sound weird, but it almost seems like Mike Tomlin is a curse over there with the Steelers. Like, not in almost like a. You guys know dark. I'm serious, Chris. I know what you're saying. Do you know the Dark Souls lore, Chris?
Yeah.
Where's Ty about to go?
No. Here, dude. I'm telling you, this is the Dark Souls lore. Okay, almost every single Dark Souls game, at the end of the game, you have a choice to basically, because every land is cursed, John. You're born in a world. The whole world is cursed. There's a king. It's like, I'm like 50% right here. The idea is right. You basically you can either beat the boss, and then you have two options. One, you clear clean the land, get rid of the curse, but it goes to another unit. It goes to another planet, right? Another Earth, like universe, right? And it just passes on. Or you continue to be, right, like, is this Dark Souls? Or is this there's another one. It's one of those things.
It's not Elden Ring.
It's not Elden Ring, but it anyways, the point is like, this is it, man. It's like Mike Tomlin, it's like you get to the playoffs, but I can't really win anything for you. And you're kind of cursed. It's like, you're winning, you're doing great. You're making it, and you're just there. You're just in this, like, no one wins. You're making it to the playoffs, but you lose every single time right now in the last 5 years. It's just,
I get it. Like, I get why Steelers fans are mad.
like, he's a curse. He really is. And like, he might be Hall of Famer coach. But
he's definitely a Hall of Fame coach.
Right. But he's literally a curse for the Steelers because they don't get good drafts, because he makes teams good enough to get to the playoffs and lose. So, like, I mean, I think there's a lot of ways to look at it. But wow, I mean, I loved what Aaron said about that, right? It's like you have to fire him to tank a season on purpose so that you can build from the ground up again.
Yeah, he basically said if you can't find a way to win now, that you got to have a bottom out season. Guys, we haven't had a chance to talk a lot of Lions yet. Our first ever 1 seed. I don't know what to do with my hands. I'm so thankful that we have a bye week this week, so I'll be fully healthy whenever they play next week. I want you guys to rank for me who you want to face. The 4 potential Lions opponents, there's only 4 it could be, and that's the Rams, the Packers, the Vikings, and the Commanders. Rank for me in order which of those teams you'd rather face first.
Ready? Wait, say it again.
It's the Rams, Packers, Vikings, Commanders.
Okay. Commanders, Vikings, Packers, Rams.
Wow.
Rams are the last team I want to face. Like,
Ty, you're muted.
Chris, I completely agree with the Rams being last. I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. Commanders, Packers, Vikings, Rams, same. I'm pretty sure it's the exact same thing you just said, Chris.
No, you flipped, Ty. You had
Commanders,
you flipped Packers. You flipped Packers with Vikings. Chris had the Vikings first.
I had Vikings second.
I want all the smoke. I think we crushed the Packers. I think they're awful. I think they're terrible. Yeah, I understand that he said they had a downward week in December, but they're like this dark horse team. Bro, without Watson, they are lost. It looks terrible. And they're not even using Josh Jacobs well. And Jordan Love looks like he can't throw a ball to a freaking wide open receiver. I mean, it's awful. They have no identity on offense right now. And I'm not gonna lie to you, it's kind of always been like that. You know what I mean? Like, I look at the Packers and dude, they're on my X list. The only person I bet on that team to get a touchdown is Josh Jacobs, because you have every week. Do we know it's going to Amon-Ra? We know Laporta's going to get it. We know J-Mo's going to eat, and we know like we know that, right? They're going, like, those guys are getting in the end zone every week. One of them is. There could be a game where Josh Jacobs gets all 4, and they maybe have and their top wide receiver has 2 catches. Like, that's the Packers with like a 40-yard reception, right? Oh, look, who's their freaking tight end? I'm drawing a huge blank.
Tucker Kraft.
Yeah, Tucker Kraft has 2 receptions, 60 yards.
I think they have Musgrave back too now.
Right, I'm just saying, like, that you never know who's going to get it. And their offense just looks lost and delusional right now. And I think that our offense would crush their defense. Clearly, we'll put up points. And that's just what I think. I disagree. I don't want to play the Vikings again because, Chris, I completely agree with you where Darnold will have a better game. Jefferson will eat the next time we play, more than likely. And then there will be a lot more production on offense for the Vikings. So
I'm going to sound super hypocritical right now, dude. I don't want to see a 7 seed who just beat a 2 seed on the road with nothing to lose. Like, with their number 1 wide receiver out, they can just open the playbook and do whatever they want and see what works. But at the same time, give me the Packers at 1. I'd go Packers, Commanders, Vikings, Rams.
Yeah.
But I'll take any.
Sapper with a revenge game.
Here's the thing. If all and they're using this as fuel. And guys, I love the emotions of it, right? So, like, I try to be analytical, right? And I do use my analysis to obviously back up the things that I think and feel. But, like, the way I was feeling before that Vikings game, okay? So this came out. One of the defenders on the Rams. If every high seed wins, so if the Bucks win and the Eagles win, and the Rams win, we have to play the Rams. Okay? And one of their guys goes, yeah, we saw what Dan Campbell said after that Vikings game, that they'll see him in 2 weeks. And they're like, we'll see. Like, just using it for locker room talk to, like, gas up the Rams. And that just gets me every single time, even though I actually do like how we match up against the Rams too. So
yeah, I think we'll be fine. I don't know if you guys saw, but the game got moved from LA because of the fires to AZ. So the Vikings are basically going to have a home game now. I mean, you can't tell me there's going to be more Rams fans at that game than Vikings fans. They already have a hard time filling LA with Ram fans. So that's something to keep an eye on, something interesting. I haven't looked to see if the line has changed at all. But I do know that on an app that you can use in Florida, they already voided those bets as part of their policy. So you have to redo that now, which is interesting. But I'm confident. I'm excited for the games this weekend. We're going to dive into those games here in a moment. Oh, it moved big time. My buddy Hagen's in here said it moved big time, JB. Minnesota's now -2.5. So
Wow.
that's actually super interesting. We'll take a look at that here in a minute. Can you guys throw up the DK logo with the promo
Yes, sir.
code? There's the promo code on it. Ty, yours is in your Discord if you don't have it up already.
I got it.
It's not the one that goes on the bottom.
Yeah, I got both. I
Yeah.
got the one Andre posted too.
Okay, yeah, just not the one that has the deal, right?
Yep.
I mean, I think I got the image up. So
All right, sweet. Just huge shout out to DraftKings, our partner of the Blevins Bros Sports Show. Right now, new customers can bet $5, and when you do that, you instantly get $200 of bonus bets right away that you can play with. It's
If
you
your
don't-
bet hits.
Nope, it does not have to hit.
doesn't have to hit.
It does not have to hit.
$5, you get 200.
Bet 5, get 200. I was just about to
What?
say it, actually
You
this time.
can't- You can't be serious, Sean.
I know.
Blevins.
That's
I know.
way too good of a deal.
And with all the sports happening right now, in particular college football playoffs and the NFL, it's the perfect time. Huge shout out to DraftKings. Thanks for the partnership, and good luck, y'all.
Good luck, have fun, set a limit, be smart.
Of course.
Dude, what do we got, JB? What's cooking?
I want to go into the games, dude. I want to go into the games. I don't really
Let's go.
want to. We're going to have plenty
so
of time
excited.
over the next few weeks and months as football kind of ends to talk about, all the coaching moves, the coaching carousel, the interviews that are going to happen. Aaron Glenn, Ben Johnson, both lined up like 6 or 7 already. Bears already interviewed Pete Carroll today and another guy I've never heard of. So we're going to get right here into this weekend's games, starting with the one Aaron was so excited about and the one I left off on purpose. The Chargers and the Texans right now at Houston. The Chargers are -3. Over-under is 41.5. What are you guys thinking for
JK's
this
questionable.
game?
J.K. Dobbins is questionable.
Okay.
No, they'll juice him up and he'll play. There's just no way.
My boy Hollywood Hagan was in the chat earlier, and he said Texans money line.
No, man. I don't like. And dude, let me tell you right now, Stroud has given us zero reason to bet on him ever. His last 6 weeks, I mean, all year. First off, this has been one of the worst. Chris, you might be able to dive into these statistics a little more than I can. Might be one of the worst regression years of a rookie that we've ever seen.
You don't even have to say a rookie. It's a brutal year after year regression for sure. And do you guys remember how I said that I thought his interceptions would regress?
Yeah.
I didn't even say that as a bad thing. I meant statistically he's probably going to throw more picks, which he did, but it's been so much worse than that.
Yeah,
much worse.
His last 2 weeks, bro. I mean, he's missing wide open guys. He's seeing ghosts, and then some. He's on the run, no one around him, guy wide open, and he's overthrowing him, consistently.
And I wonder, Ty, because this is what I wonder too. So I wonder if it wasn't just him that overperformed that season, because then we all were just like, okay, so he's him.
Yeah.
Everyone was like, Carolina should have taken Stroud 1.
Right.
And then their offensive line going into the season, via sharp analysis, they had them at 31 out of 32. Right? Last season.
Yeah.
And they overperformed. So now what I'm thinking is when you have an offensive line that overperforms and a quarterback that overperforms, and so you don't do much to fix the line.
Right.
And now Stroud is seeing ghosts, like you said.
Yep.
So it's just, I think it's just an interesting, a perfect storm of bad season for the Texans. I do like the Chargers in this game, John, for those reasons, because the Chargers have a solid defense. They can get in Stroud's head. I think Harbaugh's going to have a good game plan. We talk about that coaching, but I want to throw a caveat on this, guys. And everyone at home, I want you guys listening to this. Of the coaches that are remaining in the playoffs, do you know who the 2 worst are at making the right decision to go for it on 4th down?
Well, Jim Harbaugh has to be one of them because.
Oh, it's both of them.
Is it really?
Interesting.
It is the Harbaughs. Okay? So if anyone is going to lose them this game in a tight one, it could come down to Harbaugh not making the right 4th down decision when he needs to be aggressive. And again, everything needs context. So I think in order for that to be the case, the Texans are going to have to be playing really well on offense. And Harbaugh is going to have to think, well, I don't want to give the ball back to Stroud. And there's a lot of times where Harbaugh doesn't feel that way about the teams that he's playing. He's like, my defense will take care of business. We'll get Herbert the ball back.
Yep.
Okay? But statistically, he had the worst decision-making of any coach left on, do I go for it on 4th down?
Dude, I knew that was him. I saw him do it 4 times in one game. I forget what game it was, Chris, but it was just a couple weeks ago. Maybe it was the Chiefs, but I don't think it was. But they were in field goal range, dude. Field goal range, and instead of going for it on 4th and 2 or kicking the field goal, they punted. And I think they were either losing by 3 or they were tied. I mean, it was absolutely not a moment where you play for field position when you're in field goal range. And so he was 0 for 2 on that one decision alone, and he made multiple mistakes that game when it comes to what to do on 4th down.
Yeah.
Wow.
I just got to say something real quick, John. You got Hollywood Hagan in your chat. He's gassing up or gassing down Quentin Johnson. I just want to say that after that dropped game, all right, Quentin has had 2 receptions and then 5, 3, 5, and then he just came off a record-breaking for him this year, I think. 13 receptions, 186 yards with a long of 39. I think it's safe to say that he had his worst game ever against the Ravens, and he has been performing pretty well after the fact. So I don't think that that's going to happen against. I don't know why you just put up your Lions slippers.
I'm just putting my slippers on, dude. Just showing you.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to get Quentin Johnson dropping 50 balls, and he's going to pull his weight. And Lav McConkey is just obviously
Wow.
I mean, he's just so good. I'm looking at his last 10 games. He's a demon. I can't wait. This is going to be such a fun game.
Yeah, it should be a good one, actually. It would not surprise me, again, if it's really close. I don't love the Chargers -3, but I am going to make a spread pick on every game, and I'm not teasing anything, so I have to decide what I want to do here. This is interesting from Aaron Schatz, though, earlier. He didn't say it, but on his Twitter. DVOA tidbits galore. The Texans, for example, for this year, he's promoting an article. Stroud was the worst quarterback in the league against zone coverage this year, while the Chargers defense was 2nd in zone and plays it a ton. So Stroud is going to have to overcome. He's going to have to play different than he's played all season, I think, to win that game, even if Mixon does have a great game.
Yeah. Wow.
All right, so if you guys had to go spread.
I would take the Chargers.
I've already placed the bet. Chargers -3.
Really?
Yeah.
Dude,
Yes,
I like
yes,
Harbaugh.
really.
I'm all over Herbert. But the Texans at home, give me the Texans +3.
Also, I will say this. CJ Stroud is incredibly smart.
Yes.
Okay. If anyone can get out of his own head, dude, Stroud knows ball. If anyone can get out of his own head and try something in the playoffs, I think CJ can do it. Okay. But just based on everything I see, I'm taking the Chargers.
I'm taking the Chargers. I don't care. I'm taking the Chargers. I think that you look at coaching as well, and just I think that the Chargers have better coach, more experienced in tough situations. And I think Herbert's just playing way, way better and lights out and protecting the ball just so much better than Stroud. So I think if the Texans win, it's because their defense has a game. And I'm talking about like a shut down the Lions running game in the first half game, right? Where their linebackers and their corners were just dialed. You know what I mean? They knew, boom, going to Gibbs. They were flying, jumping it, getting them in behind the line. I mean, we were getting cooked the first half. If they play like that and shut down the Chargers significantly early on and get in their heads, I think that's the only way the Texans are going to win. And they're going to have to play that for 4 quarters.
Would you guys change your mind? Both of you are on the Chargers -3. If Tank Dell was in, would you change your mind or not even then?
No.
Interesting. And obviously, if I add Diggs back in there, that's not going to do anything either.
Also, no.
Dude, Dell is an amazing player, but it's been Stroud and Nico even when Dell was on the field.
Yeah, he had a really good game. The game he got hurt, Chris, he was finally popping off. But yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
And by the way, guys, I love Herbert. I'm a huge Herbert guy, huge Jim Harbaugh guy, so I think they can win. And I would pick them straight up. But at 3 at home, I'll take the Texans +3. So I'll probably be on that. We are going to be making some plays here, some parlays. All the prop bets should be out, Chris, I think.
Yeah, they are. I've checked.
All right, perfect. So we'll be doing that here after we go through each individual game. Next, on Saturday night, Steelers at Ravens. Right now, even though Zay Flowers is officially out, which I didn't even know he was questionable, dude.
Yeah.
That's crazy to me. Ravens are -9.5. Aaron Schatz
Mark
said he
Andrews
likes
season.
the Steelers +9.5. What are you guys thinking for this game? Over under, by the way, is 43.5.
Oh, dude, I love the spread on these games.
Same.
I like anything +8. I'm more of a fan of the taking the points than like taking the home, like in this case taking the Ravens, the favorites. I'm excited for this game. It is a divisional game, and Tyler, I agree with you though. Watching the Steelers is nauseating.
Nauseating.
Okay, but do you know by more than half the yards, by more than half total yards, the defense that has let up the least amount of yards for opposing quarterback scrambles, and it's not even close,
Is the Steelers.
it's the Steelers. And so, no Zay Flowers, even the threat of Lamar running is going to open things up for Derrick Henry. So, I still think Henry has a good game here, but like the Steelers play a lot of man. So I think it's going to be a big Mark Andrews game. The Ravens love targeting. Lamar loves looking at Mark Andrews in man coverage. That's one of my plays of the week, by the way, is Andrews. But yeah, it's the Ravens. It's Lamar. Dude, it's so funny. I don't think Lamar's gotten over 10 yards scrambling against the Steelers this year. I could see him getting 80.
Hagen's in the chat saying all over Lamar's over rushing.
If that's what it takes to win this game, Lamar's going to do it.
I agree. I would say if first off, I love the Steelers +9.5 simply just because you give me 10 points in a playoff game against, these games are always close. I'll take the +9.5. I think the Steelers win. I'm sorry. I think the Ravens win. Even though I think
Dude, you said I think the Steelers win.
I know, my bad.
Dude,
I
somebody strings together your rant about the Steelers with I think the Steelers win.
I think the Steelers win. Dude, I think I like Henry's rush attempts because I don't think they make the same mistake they made last year, which was not running the ball with their explosive run game last year. I don't think people remembered. I don't know if they
against the Chiefs. Against the Chiefs, I'll never forget that.
That was wild.
It was disgusting. It was, dude. How many? What didn't Lamar had 40 throws or something like that? 42 passing attempts when they were.
And it was from the rip too. It was from the first quarter on.
It was
and
disgusting.
the Chiefs were weak up the middle against the run.
I don't think they make that same mistake. So I like Henry's rush attempts. I think the Ravens win this game.
I love that.
-9.5. You both said +9.5.
No. Steelers +9.5.
No, give me Steelers +9.5. Give me Ravens all the way.
Okay. You guys know, am I a Justin Fields fan?
No.
I've never gassed up Justin Fields. I don't think he's very good. I don't think if he even has a better coach, that he's going to be even better. The Steelers' record when Justin Fields was their starting quarterback, 4-2, 2-0 against playoff teams. Russell Wilson in his last 7 games, 2-5, 0-3 versus playoff teams. Russell Wilson is not doing what the Steelers need him to do. They've lost how many straight? 4 in a row, I think, maybe 5. And now they have a winner-go-home game. I want to see something new from the Steelers this week. Something. Try, and I'm not saying start Fields. And I don't love the idea of two downs here, 2 downs here. I don't love that either. But I better see some type of creativity on offense from them to do anything that could work. If they just go out and do what they do every week, play decent defense and run the ball and hit Pickens deep and see if it works, they're going to lose. They might cover, but they're going to lose.
It's and I feel like it's such a joke. It's a run with Harris or a run with Warren, and then on 3rd and long, it's a flat to Freiermuth or a go ball to Pickens.
Yeah.
And those are the 4 things that they do.
Yeah. I have to see something different from them this game. I could see that either being the reason why it's really close, or we might even see a crazy upset, or it's the reason why the Ravens are going to beat them by even more if they try something new and it doesn't work at all. So I'm also on the Steelers +9.5. But I'm interested to look at the prop bets for that game because I think Lamar is going to go crazy. And I don't buy. It sounds like none of us have even mentioned it. I haven't even seen it in the chat, which is weird because I saw it a lot this morning. No one has talked yet about Lamar Jackson's issues in the playoffs. I tend to not really blame him for a lot of that over the last few years. I think he'll be fine. It sounds like you guys aren't too worried about it either.
No, I'm not worried about it.
last year wasn't him. Last year was the play calling, and it's not his. You know what I mean? So
I'm just surprised we haven't seen people talking about it right now as we're talking about that game. All right, let's go Broncos Bills. Tyler said he's the most excited for this one all weekend.
Oh, for sure.
Sunday at noon. The Bills are minus 8.5. The over-under is set at 47.5 right now. What are you guys thinking?
I love the over. I love the over.
I kind of like the over too. I am a little worried about Bo Nix.
I'm not.
Pooping his pants in the playoffs.
He's already
because he's a rookie or
yeah.
Okay.
It is, and that is a notoriously hard place to play. Right? Remember, they're going to Buffalo and I know Denver's not warm. I don't know. It's a different atmosphere.
I don't think they're phased. I love Denver +9 here, and it's so funny that he says that Aaron Schatz said the worst or the team who's going to probably lose is going to be the Broncos. I think the Broncos have the best chance to upset. I really do. I've been watching them play.
I don't think
I
they
do.
stand a chance.
I do. It's so funny you say that, bro. I just think it's a good matchup for them, and it's going to be a fun game. I think it's a
quarterbacks. Decent matchup.
Two great quarterbacks, bro. I think that this is going to be one of those things where if Josh Allen doesn't have a perfect game, bro. First off, this is every year. I want you guys to know this. This is every year. I don't think Josh Allen's had a bad game. Give me 1 second.
I mean, the Patriots. He played pretty bad against the Patriots.
Okay, hang on.
I think Josh Allen's going to play just fine. It is a potential snow game, Chris.
Patriots, whatever. Colts, he threw 2 interceptions.
And who do you think that favors, John?
Oh, it absolutely favors Josh Allen and the Bills.
Yeah, to me, that favors the Bills.
It's their it's their playground, dude. 100%.
No, man. I really do. I think that if Josh Allen doesn't play perfect ball, they lose, just like every game this year, except for against just garbage teams.
I don't think you're giving their run game enough credit, dude.
Chris, their run game only exists because Josh Allen exists.
So what? He's out there.
I'm saying, what if Josh
So
Allen?
there you go.
What if he fumbles? What if he doesn't play well? What if he finally throws a pick? He's due. And
it's a lot of what ifs.
That's a lot of what ifs.
Same thing. Bo Nix is 1,000 times worse, and you're saying Allen's the one that's going to choke? Allen ain't choking, brother.
Really? Because he doesn't have a Super Bowl ring, does he, Chris?
Oh,
What I'm saying is if you're sitting here with Bo Nix on my left and Allen on my right, and you're telling me one of them's going to choke, it ain't Allen. That's what I'm saying.
I think it's so interesting because they both have the same amount of Super Bowl rings.
I love you, Ty.
I like that Tyler doubles down on his beliefs, dude. I love that.
I'm that guy right now. I really am, Chris. I hear you. Listen to me. Is Josh Allen better? 100%. But
he's 100% better, yeah.
100%. I didn't say he wasn't.
No, not just better. He's 100 times better than Bo Nix.
Oh man.
For now, I'll be all over the Bills minus 9.5.
I like the Bills. I hate that. I hate 9.5 points in the playoffs. I know it could happen. I'm not touching that.
In order for the Broncos to do what Ty thinks they can do, their defense has to play lights out perfect. It is. They can't keep.
No, I disagree.
They cannot match score for score the Bills.
I absolutely think they can.
Tyler.
The Bills don't have a great defense. The Rams put up almost 50 on them. We put almost 50 on them.
The Rams and the Lions are two of the best offenses in the league.
I understand. I'm just saying their defense, John, 50 points. That is a lot. Your defense is not good if you're letting up 50 points into I think it was almost 2 or 3 games. Listen, I'm just saying the Broncos can do it. I am saying I think that the Broncos have been playing very good, and I'm very excited to watch them play. I think the Bills win this game. But I'm just gonna when this game's closer than you guys all think, and Josh Allen isn't playing perfect, I'm gonna be sending. I'm gonna tweet and I'll send you a text, and I'll just be like, well. But if Josh Allen plays perfect, it's a blowout. I'm not joking. If he doesn't turn the ball over once, It is a blow. In order for the Broncos to win this game, they either have to get to Josh Allen, get in his head, or Josh Allen just needs to do what Josh Allen always does in the postseason, and just throw the game.
Oh my God.
I'm kidding. I'm a Josh Allen fan, by the way, guys. I love Josh.
My boy Hagen says, give me Denver under wins next season. I can't wait to bet it. Look at how the league caught up to CJ, who was supposed to be contend for MVP this year. Yeah. By the way, Chris, shout out. We never gave you your flowers, Chris. You called in the preseason, one of the preseason episodes, you called CJ Stroud having an overrated year last year, statistically, and how his accuracy wasn't that good.
Yeah.
And that came true quite a bit so far this year.
Thank you, man.
But so well done. And people have brought that up in my stream. Like, didn't Chris say this? And I was like, yeah, he did. So good job. Tyler's on the Broncos plus 9.5. Chris, or plus 8.5. Chris, you have to make a choice, dude.
Okay, if I have to,
You have to pick.
So everyone at home, I'm not betting this. I would take Bills minus 9.5.
Minus 8.5, sorry.
Sorry, 8.5.
Yeah.
I would take that, but I'm not betting it.
I, too, am going to be on the Bills minus 8.5. If that game was in Denver, I think it'd be a lot different. But, man, I'm excited. We get to watch a couple of rookie QBs play this weekend. And Tyler can't wait to tweet this.
I can't wait.
Can't wait.
I can't wait.
Ty, are you watching with all the boys and stuff all weekend long, or do you know what you're doing yet?
I'm sure. I got a sponsor stream tomorrow, and then Saturday I have. Yeah, I'll be watching with the boys.
Just glossing over Family Fortnite Friday like that is crazy.
Oh yeah, we are doing Family Friday tomorrow, aren't we? All right.
Just don't gloss over it like that. You know what I mean? All right. Next is my game that I'm looking forward to the most this weekend, and that is Sunday 3:30. The Green Bay Packers at the Philadelphia Eagles. The Eagles are minus 4.5. The over-under for that game is 45.5. This is Hagen's team, by the way. And so he'll be all over those Eagles. What are you guys thinking, man? Packers, nothing to lose, bro. 7 seed. Rematch of the first game of the season. Eagles are healthy and playing well. And the spread is still only 4.5.
So here is my issue, John. Okay. And again, I know comparing certain NFL teams is apples and oranges. Okay. I think this is a really good matchup for the Eagles. Okay. The way they play defense and the way their interior offensive line is playing this year, led by Jalen Carter, he's having a heck of a sophomore season. It's gonna give Love fits. And their run defense is good. So Jordan Love is going to have to win the Packers this game. Like Jacobs might get 20 carries, but Love is going to have to make some throws. And this pass defense for the Eagles is also fantastic. And then you go on the other side of the ball. And with the weapons that the Eagles have, I know A.J. Brown's like me. He's been kind of like whatever. I think he's going to play. I feel like the only shot Green Bay has is if Hurts is rusty.
Yeah, give me the Eagles minus 5.
Yeah.
Give me the Eagles minus 5. I'm sorry. I think they're the only person on the planet who's going to do anything for Green Bay. You're right. I mean, it is going to be Love, but Love hasn't been doing it, and he hasn't been doing it a lot this year, by the way. Personally,
yeah.
Like, I think Josh Jacobs has shined. I think he's done so much. Their run game is so juicy, and then they have big explosive plays with random receivers on their squad. I think that the Eagles will be ready for this game, and then some. That's what I'll say.
Aaron shocked me, dude. I have been, as you guys know, I follow the entire league, but the NFC North pretty closely, and I've watched the Packers a lot this year. I did not see it either, Ty, from Jordan Love this year. I really felt like he took a step back from. You look at last year's playoff games; he played really well. I didn't see it. And then Aaron said that Jordan Love's having an amazing season, DVOA. And he said that the Packers were the number 1 team in the league from week 11 to week 16. I knew they were good. I picked them to beat the Vikings for that reason, but I didn't know they were the number 1 team DVOA in the league for those 6 weeks. To me, that does mean something if they can get out of their own way from these last 2 weeks. Jaden Reed has disappeared since like the first half of the season. Wicks. I saw a stat. Don't quote me on this. I saw a stat. Something about Dontavion Wicks getting like more separation than almost any other wide receiver in the league. But he just I don't know why they're not throwing the ball. Jordan Love's not seeing him. So all that stuff is interesting to take into account. I think that's why the Eagles are only favored by 4.5, but I also like them. I don't see how the Packers defense is going to stop Saquon and then the big receivers, when Hurts has to throw the ball.
And then Saquon. And then Jalen.
And it's tough.
And then Jalen can run it.
And like they talked about, like the Eagles could play robber, dude, and just haunt the middle of the field, knowing that they don't have Watson to kill him over the top. Like Wicks, Daubs, and Reed, they have such awesome skill sets, but without Watson, they become so much easier to defend. So yeah, I like the Eagles. I like the Eagles minus 4.5.
Wow. So we're all on the Eagles minus 4.5. But like, this is one of those games where I don't want to bet it big because I'm cheering for the Packers. A beat up Packers team in Detroit, the way our team's playing right now, I think we'd kill them.
I want to play the Eagles. I want to beat their ass.
Tyler, you want that? You want an NFC Championship game against the Eagles, huh? Dude,
absolutely. I absolutely do. I want the most explosive run game versus run. I want a Gibbs Montgomery versus Jalen Saquon. Oh, it's just gonna be beautiful. That would be the most beautiful NFC Championship. I mean, if we're talking about firepower, like star power of that's the game I want to see. In my opinion, I think that's a Super Bowl game.
And that's one thing I loved about Dan Campbell. Hogan's like, Ty wants this defense, dude. Like Dan Campbell straight up said, like when last year when they talked about like the unluck of the seeding and how they have to play the Rams first, whatever. He's like, you have to beat all the good teams to get where you want to go anyway.
I love it.
So, yeah.
True.
I think it's
Can you guys just see it though, dude? 27-27, Lions, Eagles, NFC Championship game. Jared Goff driving down the field, throws to Amon-Ra St. Brown. Darius Slay, pick 6, gets his revenge on the Lions, beats us. Are you kidding me? My heart can't handle that, dude.
That would not happen.
I can't believe we let him go.
But what's this? Jared Goff ball punch out. Who scoops it up? Skipper. 60-yard return touchdown.
Oh my God, dude, I love it.
Now that I love.
Thank you.
Also, Notre Dame just scored.
They sure did. Gonna be a 10-10 game there. Chris, let's throw the images up.
I'm good.
Me too.
All right. You guys ready?
Born.
What is up, guys? Huge shout out to our sponsors over at DraftKings. And new year, perfect time for a brand new deal from DraftKings. New customers only need to wager $5 on a bet, and they get $200 in bonus bets guaranteed. All right. This is the time. We have the wild card round of the NFL playoffs coming up, divisional round the week after. Some of my favorite bets to make, guys, is Coach of the Year, Rookie of the Year, right? All of these fun awards. You got award season coming out. It's a great time. New customers, use code Blevins when you download the app. Let's have some fun.
Rock and roll.
Bet smart, bet responsibly.
I love that Ty always throws that in there, dude. Our responsible little buddy.
Yeah, me too.
Absolutely, guys.
All right, we got 2 more, and then we're gonna have some fun making some plays. Commanders Bucks. This one shocked me. What Aaron said.
No, it did not shock me. I'm in on it. I'm in on it. Listen to me right now, John.
I got some fire for this, Chris, but I'm listening. Hold on, real quick. Bucks are -3. Over under is 50.5. Holy. Go ahead.
Okay. The Buccaneers defense, besides their front 5 now, is gone. Their secondary has been injured. They're playing awful. Okay. If you don't know this, the Saints put up points on them. And there was this beautiful moment this week when the Panthers and the Saints were winning, and it was like the NFC South couldn't get out of its own way. Okay. Take Lattimore on the Commanders, taking Evans out of the game. And you've got a situation where I think the Commanders have the edge. Okay? And I agree with them. I think Jaden and Mayfield are in a dead heat for me. And I think they're both dogs. This is one of my favorite games of the weekend. And I think the Redskins win. I have the Commanders. I got the Commanders winning.
Straight up winning.
Winning the game.
I'm gonna keep it a bean, dude. There's something like when I see something, things happen for a reason. Everything happens for a reason, and there are certain things that put a bad taste in my mouth. Jaden coming out of that game after not playing well at all, by the way. And then Mariota coming in and dominating on offense after Jaden was struggling against the Cowboys. That put a bad taste in my mouth.
Did it?
It did. It put a bad taste in my mouth. We're expecting this guy who couldn't put up any points. I think he did. I literally think they didn't score a single one. They had no red zone conversions. They were awful.
What happened to Jordan Love?
Huh?
In the Bears game? You didn't call him out.
I think Jordan Love's trash. What do you mean? Like let's go.
He sat out too.
I don't care. Chris.
He had a little elbow injury, couldn't feel his hand. LaFleur said he could have gone back in, but they didn't need the win, so he sat out. Why can't Jaden sit out?
Listen to me. Listen. Jordan's
Why
not
can't
playing.
Jaden
Jordan hasn't playing this well. Listen, Jordan hasn't. Okay, now you're pressing me, bro. All I'm saying is, here's the thing. I don't know what Jordan Love's stats were before they pulled him. Were they good?
I mean, he wasn't having a great game.
But Jaden was having an awful game. Jaden was having a terrible game. And the Commanders' offense, in terms of their weapons with their throwing game, are way better than the Packers. So Jaden should have been balling, but he wasn't. And now they're going up against the Buccaneers, and we're expecting this last week's Jaden Daniels to go toe for toe with Baker, the man. No way. Baker Mayfield is going to ball 10x.
Like he did against the Saints?
I think, dude, Baker did, bro. Did you see? He won that game. Dude, were you watching that game? I know you're staring into the camera. Were you watching that game? Were you watching that game? Dude,
yes, I watched the entire game.
Baker Mayfield is on a mission. And I do not think they beat the Commanders. I don't.
Those noon games last week had no business being that fun, but it was fun.
Baker Mayfield. I don't think Jaden. I'm sorry, bro. Give me Baker, and give me a money line. Give me the Bucks money line. I don't hate Commanders +3, but I'm not betting on Baker.
I think this is gonna be such a fun game. This is gonna be
the best game, I think.
I'm looking forward to it, dude. I'm looking forward to it. Right now, the way that I rank my quarterbacks this year, and this is just the eye test. I'm not talking stats, no DVOA, none of that stuff. Just what I've seen this year and what they've done with who they've done it with. I go Lamar Jackson at 1. I go Josh Allen at 2. And you can flip them. I don't care. They're both unreal. And I go Baker Mayfield at 3. What I have seen that guy do this year, dude, it's unbelievable. His accuracy to receivers I've never heard of before when Evans was out. The way he scrambles and sees. He does try to do too much. And obviously we saw that really bite him a couple weeks ago when they lost.
He can throw 2 picks.
Yeah, who was that game against? They lost, like, what was it, 3?
He also threw, I think, 2 picks against the Panthers too, didn't he?
Yeah, it wasn't the Panthers though. It was a primetime game. Dude. Anyway, they lost. Was it the Cowboys? It was the Cowboys. It was the Cowboys.
He threw 1 pick against the Cowboys, 1 against the Chargers, 2 against the Raiders, 2 against the Panthers in that one game that went over.
Yeah, it was the Cowboys though, where he like had that fumble towards the end, and he just tried to do too much, and he does that. But dude is balling, and give me him over a rookie quarterback at home all day long. I'm on the Bucks -3, and it could be a blowout. But I like that Chris is picking. I like that Chris is picking a +145 money liner. I like that.
I am.
Also, I love the over that game.
Also, the Bucks might not even need Baker to beat the Commanders. I mean, they got a rookie. They got a rookie over there.
Bucky's a stud.
Dude,
Irving can do it all.
He could do it all. So, but again, I still I got a feeling.
I like McMillan overs too, by the way, Hollywood Hagen. I agree.
I like the Commanders.
Yeah, that'll be a fun one for me, guys. Oh my goodness.
I love a scary Terry anytime. Not even a question.
He's dead to me.
Really?
Oh yeah, he got 1.5 points in a huge game that mattered to the Commanders 2 weeks ago, and I lost to Chris because of it.
Sorry, bro, but you got a last-second touchdown to win the game against Dallas, and that made me a lot of money.
Well, I'm glad.
No, he didn't. He had a touchdown in that game against me. He had over 13 points.
That was last week.
Then I'm talking about last week against Mitch. Either way.
He scored a touchdown last week.
2 weeks ago, because last week it was over. Remember?
Yeah. Week 17.
So he's dead to me. He's been hot or cold all year, but he is a stud. All right. That one's going to be fun. I can't wait to text you guys during that one. Let's go Vikings Rams, dude. Moved to Arizona. What's the Arizona stadium called? It's not State Farm, is it?
Arizona?
Yeah, Arizona's NFL stadium is not State Farm, is it?
Why are you saying that? They go to Vegas.
They're going to Vegas? I thought they were going to Arizona.
No, they're going to Arizona.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought they were going to Vegas.
No, they're playing in Arizona, and it's State Farm.
It is
The
State
irony.
Farm.
The irony that an LA team with all these fires happening and insurance companies that are going to be hiding for months, for the next 6 months, they got to go play in State Farm. They can't play in their own stadium. That's crazy. Yikes.
That's
okay.
actually gross because I'm pretty sure they stopped insuring those homes last year.
Yeah, dude. That is brutal. Well, and the line moved. So Vikings are now -2.5. The over-under is 47.5.
Okay,
I want to just say, Chris, before you go, I was all over the Rams all week long, saying I'm picking them money line no matter what. I might still do that, but this does change things, so I want to talk it out. Go ahead.
There have been two teams. No. There have been two quarterbacks this year that have the keys to the car against this Vikings defense. Do you know who those two quarterbacks are?
Jared Goff and Matthew Stafford.
They are Jared Goff and Matthew Stafford. Okay? Both of them have the maturity and intelligence to communicate with what Brian Flores is trying to do against them. They both have the options to get rid of the ball quickly. They both have good release angles to get rid of the ball quickly. They both know how to attack the Vikings. And I love the Rams' young defense. To me, this is the Rams. This is the Rams.
Straight up money line.
Yep.
I'll take Rams money line there too, and I like Aaron Jones receptions. I like quick checkdowns to Aaron Jones. I saw Darnold do the last 2 weeks. He did it against the Packers, and he did it against us. A lot of the third and short, even second and short, when the pressure's coming in hot. Aaron Jones is wide open. I don't know how they're designing the plays to get it done, but it's remarkable. He almost has no one on him for 10 yards, and it's happened against both games against the Packers and against us. So I like Aaron Jones receptions. I also like Kyren receptions. I think that Stafford checks down to Kyren Williams a lot also in similar situations. So that's just a little snippet. But yeah, I like the Rams too, CB.
Yeah, Chris, you said what I was thinking too. Stafford against Brian Flores, he's already played against him a ton. Understands his defenses, understands the disguises that he likes to play, as does Jared Goff. And so, yeah, I don't know, man. If the Lions hangover was ever real, yeah, and I like to think it was, I don't see how. Give Kevin O'Connell Coach of the Year over Dan Campbell if he can get his ass kicked by the Lions, travel across the country now maybe twice. I guess maybe I don't know if they're already there or not.
They probably hadn't left.
But having to travel across the country still all the way to Arizona and play a team that's rested, a veteran QB, Stafford, McVay. Yeah, I think it's Rams. I think it's Rams money line, and if the Vikings can pull it off, it would be a heck of a win for them. Look at all of us on the Rams.
Yeah,
I just think they're the better team right now, man. And I think that they have a more reliable. Does that make sense? I don't even know. They just have a more reliable offense. If that makes sense. I would take the Rams offense over the Vikings offense because, Puka, Cooper, and Kyren.
Offense is more predictive than defense. So that's part of it too.
Sure. Yeah. Dude, you listen, gun to my head, Stafford, Darnold, it's not even a question. Let's just go straight there, right? Let's take it there. It's not even a question. It's Stafford all day.
Yeah. How does Darnold respond after that bad game? You got to think Jefferson's going to have a game, right? You got to think he can't go two stinkers.
This is going to be a great game. I'm so glad it's the Monday game, right? And I think Darnold does have a bounce back game. The Vikings can win this game, right? everything is telling me Rams right now, so I'm going Rams. I went Rams with my picks for the week, so I'm not going to back out now. But dude, of course, dude, Jefferson pops off against everybody.
Except
So,
us last week.
Okay, yeah, I understand that, but
Woo!
9 out of 10 games, right? He's popping off.
What did Amik Robertson say?
You can't bury what came from the dirt.
You can't bury what came from the dirt. I love that line, dude.
Dude, that gave me chills when he said that.
It's one of the hardest lines ever.
You guys believed in me when everyone tried to bury me, but you can't bury what came from the dirt.
Yeah, that was unreal. That's unreal. What the Lions are doing right now is crazy. You know what else is crazy?
What?
No, I was just that football's here, man. Playoff football. That's crazy. What were you gonna say?
I wasn't gonna say anything. Crazy.
That was incredible. Chris, are you here? All right, good. No Frozen.
I love listening to you guys.
All right, let's make some plays here. I'd like to do three parlays.
Of course you would.
Blev Bros Sports Show parlays here for the playoffs. Let's get hot. The first one we're going to do is we'll do a Saturday player prop parlay. Okay?
Okay.
So it can be either of those games, Chargers, Texans, Steelers, Ravens, a player prop that you like. We each share one. You guys know the rules. Tail responsibly.
Bro, as you just said that, my Wi-Fi is down right now.
Mark Andrews over 47.5. I'm all over him this week.
I'm just glad Zay Flowers is out, so Chris can't pick him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, me too.
Okay. Hey, the data actually supports this pick. All right, Zay Flowers is out. Andrews is Lamar's number one target against man defense. Guess who mostly plays man defense? The Pittsburgh Steelers. So I really do like Mark Andrews to kind of be Lamar's guy.
All right, so we got Mark Andrews over 47.5 receiving yards.
That's my play for Saturday.
All right, that's Chris's Saturday first play. Ty, you ready yet?
No, I'm not. I don't know what's going on. This is wild.
Ty, use that 5G, bro.
Okay, got it. No, it's gone. 5G. There's been a significant issue with our service here.
Oh, your cell service?
Yeah, a massive. I'm not even trying to be funny. A massive issue with our service. I've been on if I'm on Wi-Fi, I've been on SOS.
But your internet's fine.
My Wi-Fi is down right now and it's triggering me. Okay, we're good. Okay, we're back. You said Mark Andrews over receiving, CB?
Yes, he did. 47.5 is the line over here at DraftKings.
Yeah, give me Pat Freiermuth over 4.5 receptions. Or tease it down to over 3.5 if you can.
No teasing.
Yeah, I think Pat. I mean, listen, dude. Do I think Pickens gets 4 catches here? I do.
I don't want to bet. I don't want to make any bets on the Steelers.
But hear me out. Chris, let me tell you why this is going to happen. Or Jaylen Warren. I'll give you guys your pick. Jaylen Warren is checked down to so often. It is insane. It's so funny. The Steelers have you have two offenses, Chris. One is what you said, which is run, pass. And you're absolutely right. That is exactly what it is, right? And it's so predictable. But when they're hot and their offense is kind of cooking and they're like, what's going on? They're driving down the field. It's their second scheme. And their second offense is what the Eagles used to do all year last year, which is when they had Swift. Let everyone through. A little toss over all the linemen that just ran over. Jaylen Warren catches the ball, 3 yards, 4 yards, sometimes 10. They love that. And listen, if we're looking at this game, they're going to go down, right? You think we love the Ravens. The Ravens are going to crush them. If that happens, there's only one way they're moving this ball down the field, brother. And that is going to be to their money guy, Pat Freiermuth catches. So that's why sorry for taking so long.
You're good. I just want to real quick, since we have time and I have it here already.
Yeah, I understand he had 0 receptions last game, Viking. That was literally did you not watch how they played?
Freiermuth, the last two times that the Ravens, the last time the Ravens played the Steelers, Ravens won 34-17. Freiermuth had 3 catches.
Yeah.
For 16 yards.
Yep.
And Mark Andrews had 37 yards.
Yeah.
All right, hold on.
Did Zay Flowers play?
Yeah, I mean, we have
He
Zay
did, he
Flowers
did.
out, and he literally said that the Steelers are not very good going up against tight ends, right? So you have that.
No,
And then-
that was the Lamar stat. The Lamar likes Mark Andrews again in man coverages.
The first time they played, Mark Andrews had 2 catches for 22 yards. And
Yeah, but that was when he was dead.
I know, and
That was when he was
had
literally
2
dead.
catches. So we're going,
Boys.
we're 0 for 2 the first 2 times on these plays. I like it. I'm just letting you
Listen.
know. I just figured it was easy to look up.
Listen to me. Steelers were down against the Bengals, and Steelers were down, I think, against the Chiefs. They had to throw the ball. Pat Freiermuth, 7 receptions, 60 yards. That was 2 weeks ago against the Chiefs. Last week against the Bengals, down. They needed to move the ball down the field. They couldn't run the ball for the 50 billionth time. 8 receptions, 85 yards. Pat Freiermuth.
All right, so Ty's got
Okay.
Freiermuth over 4.5 receptions, right?
Yes.
All right. I'm
And
glad
then
you
listen,
guys. I'm glad you guys can't hear my PC. It's freaking out.
I can hear it. And then, by the way,
Oh,
I
well,
understand that last week against the Bengals, Jalen Warren, no receptions. 2 games before that, December 21 against the Ravens, 5 receptions, 48 yards. Chiefs, 5 receptions, 71 yards.
Yeah.
Like,
Tyler, people in your chat don't know ball.
I
Right?
understand,
But
but it
the
pisses
guy
me
who
off when
said
they
he
say,
didn't know
"I
ball
don't know."
doesn't know
I'm-
ball.
I'm
All
triggered.
right.
Let's keep going.
All right, I'm going actually over to the other game, and I'm going to take the over 5.5 Lab McConkey receptions
I like that.
at minus 140 right now.
Got it.
That gets us to plus 513.
All right.
All right, so I put a little juicer on that. All right, now we are going to do a player prop bet for Sunday and Monday. You can include any of those you would like.
Hang on, I got this little weird thing that happened. Okay, so you had JB, you had Lad McConkey receptions.
Yep.
Chris, you had Mark Andrews yards. Why not his receptions, CB? 4 catches.
I think he gets free over the middle. I think he gets some nice gains
All right.
on Saturday.
All right. John, you good?
Dude, I'm great, man. I'm waiting for you guys to pick your next ones for Sunday and Monday. You can
So
pick
this
any
is,
of- bro.
this is
This
three
is-
out of Sunday and Monday games.
Yep, this is a player prop, one that you like from any of the Sunday or Monday games.
Oh yeah, I mean I'll start. I love Marvin Mims receptions. Marvin Mims, he's been my guy, dude.
Ty likes Mims, dude. I think if they get down, I actually like that even more because they're going to find ways to get him the ball.
Yeah, no, they have been.
Ty receptions
They've been-
or yards? Sorry.
Yeah, which one?
You muted.
Receptions.
Okay, so it's 3.5. So over 3.5
They've been
receptions for
throwing him
Mims.
three. Dude, they've been throwing him 3 behind the line of scrimmage every game.
Yep.
All right, love that.
So
So Ty's got over Mims receptions. Chris?
I definitely like that. Dude, there's 2 that are staring at me right now.
I already know mine.
Well, let's hear it, JB.
I'll take Puka Nakua's over on receiving yards. Over 89.5.
That is wild.
Yeah, I love it. Jefferson's is 90.5, by the way. I think I like Puka Nakua. I don't do laddering. I know you guys like to. I might ladder Nakua if I were into laddering. I think he's going to go crazy.
Dude, this bet is staring at me, and I know you guys are gonna hate it.
Just say it.
Just say
CB.
it, Chris. Just
do
say it,
Just do
dude.
it. Just do
Give
it.
us your little nugget. Every time you pick a crazy bet on TikTok, my TikTok blows up.
Nah, it's the Eagles. They're gonna try something, dude. I just love AJ Brown's under,
Like
but
his yards?
Hurts, yeah, but Hurts is back, dude. God, 81.5. Him and Hurts, Gimpy. It's a lot of yards, guys.
Let's take the under. If
No,
you like it.
don't worry about it. Don't. I wish you would have told me that we were going to do a Saturday and a Sunday.
I mean,
Chris,
there's
you've
so,
got
Chris,
this,
there's,
bro.
Chris, there's so many. There's so many. It's not even a question.
I love how easy it is now that you guys are both done, dude.
No, what do you mean? I mean, we picked golden ones. Okay,
Give me a Bucky Irving anytime touchdown to end it off.
Ooh, Chris picking the Commanders, but taking a Bucky Irving tutty. That puts us at plus 380, boys.
I like that.
I'm putting 5 units on all these since it's the playoffs.
Yeah, I'm going a little bit harder too because I have been given a generous amount to play with in the playoffs.
By the wife?
Oh yeah. I also like Otten. I don't know why he's at 2.5. If he's playing, I mean, if he's playing, you know he's gonna be getting the ball, or is he gonna be distraction? You never know.
No, I think he's gonna get the ball.
Yeah, me too.
All right, guys. This last one we're doing is going to be a spread, no teasing. Any of the games.
Okay.
Could be money line as well, but it can't be like Ravens money line or Bills or Eagles.
Well, listen, I'll make this hard for you guys. We stole this, or we all think the Rams are gonna win. I'll take the Rams plus 2.5.
Okay.
I like that because we can't tease.
I mean, there's another one that's just free. I'm waiting for someone to say it.
I'll get Eagles minus 4.5.
There it is. Thank you, Chris. That's exactly what I was talking about.
I can't pick the Bucks minus 3 because Chris has the Commanders winning.
John, you can do whatever you want, dude.
I don't want Ty to go against the Broncos because he likes the Broncos plus 8.5. And I like the Texans plus 3.
Oh my.
Ty goes another free one. Let's go Steelers plus 9.5.
I like it.
Steelers plus 9.5. That's a lot of points.
Send it, baby.
Rams plus 2.5. Eagles minus 4.5. Steelers plus 9.5. Dude, it's so much easier to do that when it's not the playoffs.
What do you mean when it's not the playoffs?
You know what I mean? Well, like
you're
10 times more confident in a spread when it's not playoffs football. You know what I mean?
Right. When there's way more.
I love Jeremy says fire Detroit or fire Tomlin. I mean I have to agree, right? We talked about it earlier, Jeremy. I don't know how long you've been in here, but you know, is he the curse, dude?
Dude.
Is he the curse of Pittsburgh to bring them to playoffs so many times, but always fall short early and never give them good draft picks because he makes them just good enough?
I mean, that's lately. He won a Super Bowl.
Forever ago.
With Bill Cowher's roster.
Ooh, interesting little jab there, JB.
I'm just saying.
John.
I'm just saying. That you know what though, the Steelers are patient. Bro. Like we look back at the Steelers. You look back at Bill Cowher, the guy who I forget his name before him, absolute legends. But the Steelers were very patient with those guys. It took Bill Cowher a long time to win a Super Bowl, and then he finally got one. And then Tomlin got one early and hasn't won one since.
Noodle literally just said was just typing as a Steelers fan. That was all Cowher.
Jeremy goes, don't actually fire Tomlin because they'd hire a Lions coordinator. True.
Ooh,
Wait,
smart.
Jeremy, real quick.
One more year.
I have a question, Jeremy. With the rule that if Aaron Glenn gets hired and gets a promotion as a head coach, the Lions get 2 third-round picks. If we put Calvin Shepard in at defensive coordinator, and then he also gets hired away, do we get 2 more? Play the system?
I'm not gonna lie real quick. I gotta roast the shit out of this guy. This guy, Aqua, goes, LOL, flaming Tomlin, but praises Dan Campbell, who went 3-13-1. Do you have any idea the dumpster fire that Dan Campbell had to take over? And that, like, hello? Bro, those aren't even comparable. We literally just talked about one coach that handed off a Super Bowl to Tomlin, which is the exact opposite of what Dan Campbell did. I'm gonna throw up, man. Some of these people are so bad.
Yeah, don't lose sleep, Ty. Jeremy says correct, but you have to be the DC for 2 years. Dang it. Okay, so we don't get 4 picks this year. I'm gonna DM Aaron for my misquote on my Steelers question and apologize to him. I cleared it up right after with what I meant. Still crazy stats there with Tomlin and the Steelers 8-10 overall playoff record. He was a great guest today, guys. Aaron Schatz, founder of DVOA. Yeah,
he's so cool.
He's great. You know, who's his team again? He told us last year, but I forget.
Oh
Do you,
yeah, is he? I thought he's not a. No, I don't know why. I think he's a Packers fan. He's not a Packers.
I feel like
fan.
he's a Ravens fan. Chris, you don't remember?
I don't.
He had an Eagles little character behind him, but I think he had a couple other teams too. So I don't think it's the Eagles, but he's big on the Eagles right now. Guys, while we're here, we have 5 minutes left. We'll do one more read here in a minute. What's the play? What's the play? Ty, are you flying back this way for a Lions playoff game to watch with Chris and I all together in a room? You know what I mean? Or are you just...
I think anything's possible. Let's see what happens. Let's see who our opponent is. Let's just see the way the cookie crumbles, boys.
I would love a family hangout.
Yeah, I feel like the three of us need to find ways to watch a game together, whether we are going, whether we're watching somewhere else. My boys are all in. Dude, I got to tell you this, dude. My boys, they have every logo of the NFL, and they do this with hockey and NBA. And then they like simulate a regular season, not on Madden, but very similar like you would to Madden. They'll put the two teams, they'll face each other, they'll throw the ball, they set a timer for 3 minutes, and they're announcing it the whole time. Stafford bombs it, Puka Nacua caught, first down. Handoff Williams, touchdown, 7-0 Rams. And then at the end of the game, they're like, Rams won this. And so I'll come upstairs and they'll be like, Dad, the Lions are 11-4, but the Broncos haven't lost one game. And I just feel like, all right, guys, it's super fun. They're obsessed with football. It's a lot of fun. Dad's here, says, love you, boys.
Hello, my friend.
Watching
Love
it
you,
live
Dad.
on stream is probably something we would do next year or the year after. We're not used to Lions in the playoffs, so we're going to have to save that for later.
Yeah. You know what we should do, though? Let's just hop on a Discord call. Even if we have our mics muted, just have like a camera set up in like the main room where we're watching and just...
Yeah, that would be
every time
fun.
every time there's a big play, just go, walk towards the camera and just, talk about it so we don't have to type because I hate texting.
Yeah,
When,
that would be
big
fun for
plays are
sure.
happening.
Ty, I'm going to put the logo up here.
All right, let me send us off. Ladies and gentlemen, this Blevins Bros Sports Show is brought to you by DraftKings. All right, the crown could be yours. We actually got a huge little hookup recently. Some DraftKings sweats and some hats. I've been wearing them, incredibly comfortable. But anyways, we have a new offer, guys. If you use code Blevins, all right, any new users, you can bet $5. And instead of winning, which is what our last promo was, you don't have to win. If you bet $5, you're a new customer, you use code Blevins, you get $200 in bonus bets. We got big games coming up. All right, we got obviously got college playoffs, football playoffs. We got the playoffs in the NFL season. Things are heating up. Perfect time for this offer to come through. So huge shout out to DraftKings. Code Blevins. Thank you so much for sponsoring the sports show. Bet responsibly. Please set a limit if you guys are going to start doing this and have some fun. That's it.
Let's go.
Well said. Well said.
I'm excited to feel better next week. Excited for the show next week. Excited for playoff football. We got a little tight game here coming down to the wire. Notre Dame, Penn State.
Oh yeah, dude. Notre Dame just looks better. I mean, defensively, offensively, they're more explosive plays. I'm loving it. Little 3rd and 2 this is gonna be a huge 3rd and 2 right here. I'm down to watch this for 2 seconds before we head out.
Let's check out this 3rd down play here.
God, I wish I could listen to the audio, but I'm pretty sure I just get banned instantly.
Dude, they hand it off to the fullback.
And he goes, and he's going.
Down to the 16-yard line. Notre Dame gets a first down. 4th quarter underway. Let's see if Penn State can hang in there. Get a stop here. Go Notre Dame, dude.
Yeah, love you guys very much. We'll text you throughout the weekend.
Love you guys too. Great job today, fellas.
Yep.
Cheers,
Bye,
guys. Take care of each other.
All right, chat. That's about as much as my voice and sick self can do. I'm gonna watch the rest of this game and get some sleep. I'll be on tomorrow morning, guys, as long as I feel a little bit better than I did today, which I am on track to do. We'll see. I appreciate y'all tuning in to the sports show. It is my favorite thing that we do. I love you guys. God loves you more. Let's change the world. We'll chat with you in the morning.